comes in. Are you guilty of anything? That looked like some good bribery this morning.
I bring biscuits all the time.
Yeah, them biscuits were. Yeah, but we needed them today. Normally, you just bring biscuits just because we want biscuits. But today, we needed biscuits. Like Brian even came in without anything to snack on. I didn't have anything to snack on. We needed biscuits today. I got to adjust that camera. You see, I got the big camera up, right? I tried to install that new thingy. Yeah, it didn't work so good.
Thingy.
Yeah, I gotta get the tweaking out of it. I don't know how to fix it. I will though. I'll be getting the tweaking working. Ooh. I'm a tweaker.
Twerker or tweaker?
I'm a twerker too.
Are you?
You just hadn't seen me. I'm skilled.
So you got mad skills.
I got mad skills. Look, you know it's mad. It's crazy mad. Like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs kind of mad. Anybody got any exciting news that took place over the weekend?
Yeah, I do. I think you sent it to me this morning. Everybody knows about the Michael Brown case in Ferguson.
Yes.
Well, it looks like his mother might be in a little bit of trouble.
I thought the stepfather's already in trouble.
Yeah, the
correct?
stepfather is in trouble for inciting a riot. Michael Brown's mom may be indicted on felony charges. Police are currently contemplating on filing felony assault charges against Michael Brown's mom for attacking a group of vendors selling T-shirts honoring her deceased son.
Really?
Holy Cassie, I didn't even read it. I just went straight to forward.
Yeah, Leslie McSpadden, Michael Brown's mom, noticed the vendors and said, "You can't sell that effing stuff." Furthermore, the vendor McSpadden actually said those words to was her own former mother-in-law.
Really?
Pearlie Gordon. Yes.
So the grandmother?
Yes. Gordon and the other vendors declined to stop selling the merchandise unless McSpadden could provide documentation that she held a patent on her deceased son's name. Unhappy with Gordon and the other vendors refusing to comply, she allegedly returned with a large group of 20 or 30. So she's incited another riot.
Wow.
People who attacked the vendors. One vendor even required hospitalization, and some were brutally beaten with a pipe.
Really?
Now let me explain something to you. This right here just goes to show you what she's after.
Right.
Money.
I was going to say she's upset because they're making money off his name.
That's right.
Even though
and see, and look, I wouldn't care if somebody decided to be sneaky and go make some Just for Fun logo shirts, and sell them, because you might be profited, but I'd at least get my exposure.
Yeah.
Right.
But this one was all about the money.
Yeah, I'll give you a tip.
I'm all about the money. I'm sorry, I just had to be stupid.
After Michael Brown's mom assured she successfully made her point, her group stole over $1,500 in merchandise and approximately $400 in cash.
Oh, wow.
Say that again?
Her mother, after Michael Brown's mom was assured she successfully made her point, her group stole over $1,500 in merchandise and approximately $400 in cash.
Damn, too bad it wasn't $500. Well, how much merchandise?
$1,500.
Okay, so it is a felony.
It is.
Oh, yes. $1,900.
That's what I was fixed to say. I want to make sure it's a felony before I said that.
It's multiple felonies.
Oh, yeah, but I wanted the theft part being a felony, too.
This reporter says, perhaps
that would get you for aggravated theft.
Yeah.
Right.
The reporter says, perhaps I'm missing something here, but why is a supposed grieving mother concerned with who is profiting over her son's name only a few short months after his demise? It appears the apple did not fall far from the tree. Police stated that the potential felony criminal charges are still being contemplated. So basically what she's done, now this is a black on black crime.
Yes.
Just like the riots that her boyfriend incited, they burned down a lot of black businesses there. So what is their motive? That's my point. What are they getting out of this? Is Al Sharpton there now? Is he saying, honey, my black sister, you don't need to be doing against your other black sister? Is Jesse Jackson saying that?
No.
They don't care.
They don't care. So I saw something pumped up with Sharpton about, because they're claiming that they're going to schedule a peaceful march on DC sometime soon. How is this idiot funded? That's my biggest question is, how is he funded? What pays for all this?
Who?
Sharpton.
Where does he get his money from?
Yeah, who's paying him to do these
I
things?
think he's still part of the Martin Luther King civil rights movement.
Money though, where's the money coming from?
I think he may get something from the Martin Luther King Museum and stuff like that.
They're about tapped out.
Yeah, you know.
But the bad thing is the Martin Luther King Museum is being given money from
by the state, right?
So, are we having an idiot funded by the state?
It's possible.
Do you know? Why
I mean,
has
he's
nobody
still-
looked into
That's something
this.
to check into.
He is still a part. Now he was in trouble for tax evasion too.
Huh. I wonder if he's an entrepreneur.
I
I put air quotes on that, y'all.
I don't know, but it's the same. It's the same old thing. You know, you're still going to have. You know, let me put it to you like this: did anybody come down here and rally for the black girl that was murdered at the MARTA bus station by the other black guy?
No.
And that's what makes no sense. And that was a brutal murder.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
Who also has admitted to 7 other rapes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Has anybody come down here to march in her defense? No.
No.
It's because it was a white cop doing his duty, his civil duty, which was to protect and serve. And when Michael Brown was in the commission of a felony now,
That's the other thing. He was committing, or excuse me,
had committed a
crime.
felony. Now, I don't think the Officer Wilson knew this, but when he committed another felony, when he broke the plane of the window of the police car to stick his head in the car, you have no earthly reason to stick your head in a police car. Now, here's the other thing. I was over here driving on the way over here, and I was reading the message that Scotty sent me on via Facebook, which I know I'm not supposed to do, but I
At
did.
red lights, at red lights.
But
Red
I did.
lights.
I did it at red lights. I've been living on this earth 43 years. I had a DUI in 07, which, you know, everybody gets them. You know, it was on New
It
Year's
can
Eve.
happen. It can
It
happen.
was on New Year's Eve. I was followed out of a bar, and I was driving a huge monster truck at the time. But in my 43 years, I've never been in a situation where I had to defend myself from a cop.
No, because you obeyed
The
what
law.
the cop said.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
The verbal commands the police
So-
officer gave.
Saturday I did a little fun research, just for fun. You know, technically, DUI roadblocks are illegal. Did you know that?
No.
You cannot, by law, you cannot. A police officer cannot just stop you to check your driver's license.
They can't stop to check for driver's license and insurance.
No, it's illegal because they have not. You have to have probable
Probable cause.
cause.
Yes, there's no such thing as a legal DUI,
Right.
but that's not what they stop you for. They're doing proof of insurance
But
or
he's
whatever
saying
other
that
But
against
reason.
the law,
it's
too.
technically against the law
Well,
to do that.
Yes and no. You can't use the words, this is a DUI checkpoint.
No, even if it's just a license and insurance one, he's saying.
But it's all in the wording. If they try to say we're checking for this or checking for that, it's the DUI part they can't just do that for.
Let me read something to you.
Does that make sense?
But he's saying even if they want to,
No, they can still stop you for other.
probable cause.
Yeah.
That's not what you're listening to. Y'all are not listening. You don't word it as a DUI checkpoint.
Take DUI out of it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But what I'm saying, even if they
No, they can stop you for whatever reason they want. They can't use the word this is a DUI checkpoint because in order to get you for a DUI, they have to have probable cause to pull you over. But if they're doing a manhunt, a license check, they can come up with all the other reasons on why
Yeah.
they're doing the
If they say they are looking for a
a
suspect,
suspect.
yes, that's the probable cause.
That's what I'm
But,
trying to say. But you
but,
can't say it's a DUI checkpoint.
Right.
got that.
Now let me explain to you too. If you say this is a statement, if you're stopped for no reason, the police officer says, if you're at a let's just say you're in a mall and a cop walks up to you and says, "Can I see your driver's license?" This is a statement. If stopped or questioned by a police and any government official, officer, I assert my Fifth Amendment right as stated on this card. Now this guy has come up with this card. Pursuant to the law as established by the United States Supreme Court, my lawyer has advised me not to talk to anyone and not to answer any questions about pending criminal case or any civil, administrative, judicial, investigatory or adjudicatory, good Lord, these words matter. Following this advice, I do not wish to talk to anyone about any criminal, civil, administrative, judicial, investigator matter without my lawyer present. I waive no legal rights, nor give any consent, nor submit to any test or procedures without my lawyer present. I ask that no one question or talk to me without my lawyer or to advise me. I do not wish to answer any questions. I want to see my lawyer. Please call my lawyer immediately.
Yes, but they can still now legally detain you and put you somewhere until your lawyer gets there.
Yeah, but the thing
they
is,
can, and you can't stop that.
Here's the
all
thing.
It takes is another cop to go, he looks like he's intoxicated.
Right.
And now you are legally detained until your lawyer's there or you're proved that you're not, because they can get you for public drunk.
Now, this story that I heard from this lady who's a lawyer, she's beat 90% of the cases where she went to a DUI roadblock. She says you do not have to roll your window all the way down. As long as you roll your window down far enough to where he can hear you and you can hear him, that's all you have to do it and stick your license through.
Yes.
He cannot legally, if it's a DUI roadblock, he says, this is a DUI roadblock. I need to know if you've been drinking. You don't have to answer his question, she said, because you got to have probable cause to check somebody for a DUI.
But all it takes is for him to say, I'm pretty sure I smell narcotics through the window.
He could say that, but
and then you're stopped. Yeah, but here's the problem though. You and this is argumentative, but you can say this all you want. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, here's the problem. At 3 o'clock in the morning, are you wanting to try to be this asshole and say, I don't have to answer this, knowing that they could go, ma'am, I smell something in your vehicle and you need to pull over. And now they're fixing to make your life hell for the next hour. And all you wanted to do was get home. And or what if they do accidentally find something in your car that you didn't know was in your car? Now you're screwed up. Now you're going to jail and you may get out of it, but 8 hours of your life are now gone.
Yeah, I understand that.
Where's your little cop friends? Let's have someone call in on this.
Because I know when I got pulled over once, I was just, you can search whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And they made the comment about the dog. Well, I know there's two different kinds of dogs.
Right.
My brother's K9. His doesn't destroy the car.
Right.
But a friend of his, that dog destroys the car.
Right.
So I'm like, anything that is destroyed due to your dog, I'm holding you responsible for.
Right.
So that changes. But what I was trying to say is, as long as they word it as it's a license and insurance checkpoint and not a DUI checkpoint, they can stop you. And who are you going to argue to?
Well, I've heard the license and insurance are not legal.
No, it's all legal. It's all legal. They got, and then what you don't know is, there's a couple of these cars. I don't know how many of y'all pay attention, but have you driven by one of these cars yet that has this weird black thing that's about that long and about that thick sitting on the trunk?
Yes, running tags.
It's our automatic reader.
Yeah. Within seconds, they know every single thing there is about you. Warrants, anything.
Yep.
He sits right there on Old Salem more than you can ever imagine. And before you get through the stop sign, he already knows who you are.
Right.
If you have no insurance, you're screwed.
Yep.
Warrants, you're screwed. He don't even have to move his car. He's already told somebody down the road. All right, he's coming your way. He don't even move. So you've driven past him. You have no idea that you just told him everything there is to know about you, and you're fixing to get pulled over down the road.
Right.
And some people are saying that's not constitutionally right because it can tell everything. I mean, everything that there is to know about you will pop up on that computer, because most of the time, depending on what the county spent the money on, most of the time that is the same system that the GBI and FBI is running.
Right.
So within seconds, if the county spent the money and got the same setup, but regardless, it kind of goes back to if you're not rolling with dope in your car, you have nothing to worry about. If you're not rolling with warrants, you have nothing to worry about. If you've not done anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. I started thinking about this the other day when I rode past a cop. I looked in the mirror and I thought, man, it's so cool to know I just ride right by him and don't even have to sweat it. Like when I was a kid, I would pass one at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'd be like, oh God, I hope he don't pull me over. Now I don't even care. It's like, what are you going to pull me over for? And I'm always, the second I get pulled over, I got video running anyway. So I'm taking care of my business anyways. I suggest that about everybody. If you get pulled over, run video. Even if the video doesn't pick up
audio.
A lot of the visual, you got audio. But the good thing about the video is if they pick up the camera, because there was that video on YouTube where a guy had it sitting in the cup holder and the cop kept leaning over the phone, searching the car, and you could see the guy leaning over, and then you see him pick up the phone and look right at the phone, and he turns it off. Well, now you look kind of stupid.
Right.
Because when the tape gets turned, I say tape, but when the video gets turned in, it shows you picking up the phone and turning it off, and you technically had no reason to touch the guy's phone.
Correct.
So that makes you look guilty just because you look guilty. And I'm pro cop. I'm definitely not against the cops. I'm just using the words, there's a dumbass in every.
Oh, yeah.
There's a dumbass in every situation.
Yeah. I would say 98% of the cops are good. There's those 2% out there that give them a bad name.
And see, when I got my house refinanced, one of the last times at the other house, the lady who redid my mortgage was an ex-defense attorney. She just said she got sick of dealing with that world. But she started trying to explain to me, you don't have to this and you don't have to that, and you just call me and I'll get you out of it, blah, 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 blah. And she didn't know my brother was a cop.
Right.
So I listened to everything she said, and then I called my brother. And my brother says, oh, you're right. You can do that. But the second you refuse to do the breathalyzer and the blood and the urine, you do realize it's an automatic 1-year suspension of your license. Yep. So that's when me and my brother had that talk. But then he says, you're right. You can do what she told you to do. He said, but all you're doing is agitating us and making our situation and your situation worse. He said, and if you've done nothing wrong, then why agitate something? Just do what we need you to do and go on down the road. Correct. He said, because what people are too stupid to realize is, he said, for instance, I'm a K-9, which means I don't have the means to transport you. He said, so that means you're going to be handcuffed, leaning against my hood until a transport could get there, which could be 5 minutes, could be an hour. He said, depends on what kind of night it is. He said, for instance, UGA games are over. You know how much we got going on? Because he's outside of Athens area. He's like, you may be detained for an hour before the first car gets there to take you to jail. And then if we've got a busy night, you may be sitting there and holding for another hour or two before we even get you moved to get fingerprinted.
Right.
He's like, your night for just being a dumbass could turn into an 8-hour dumbass.
Easy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dumbasses, Walmart Harris, Paige Laurie Dubert, got her husband to sign a prenup that gives him $15 million, but only if they're married for over 30 years and she croaks. Paige and Patrick Bodie Dubert have been locked in a bitter divorce, and they both just filed legal docs revealing their very long prenup agreement. We're including the doc in the post in case you want to see how rich people do it. But the big thing is that Patrick gets $30,000 a month in spousal support for half the length of the marriage. They've been married almost 6 years, so he'll do okay. Patrick obviously thinks he can do better. He's gunning to invalidate the prenup. He says he had hired a lawyer to help negotiate the document before they got married, but he says Paige's lawyer underhandedly convinced him not to use her, saying he was a crazy female. She was a crazy female lawyer who didn't know what she was doing and who had never dealt with billionaires. And this is the best. Patrick says Paige's mega wealthy parents gave him an ultimatum: either sign the prenup before the parents returned from the yacht trip, or the parents would not pay $100,000 for the wedding planner.
That's just some stupid stuff.
So,
I mean, just some stupid stuff.
I mean,
wouldn't it be nice to just be so rich you could be stupid?
If I was as rich as her, I wouldn't get married.
Oh, no.
Because I wouldn't want to deal with a headache.
Why?
You know, it's just $30,000 a month. I'd say, okay, I'm sorry, it didn't work out. Can we still be friends and stuff like that? But no, you got to be greedy. Everybody's greedy. You know,
I just shake my head because
I mean, she's a billionaire.
Right.
Well, you know,
She's like Warren Buffett billionaire.
oh
Right.
yeah. Well, apparently, her husband and his brother started a construction company and built money away from her, and that's what started the divorce.
Yeah, she gave them money, and the first job that he was supposed to do, I think, was with her,
Right.
and she screwed him over. So
You just gotta love stupid people.
I mean, I don't understand.
It's like when Brittany and that Kevin guy split. You know,
Yeah.
she was kind of smart, like the motorcycle and the car. None of that was in his name.
Right.
You know, but she still had to pay him alimony. But it's like, come on, man, what is wrong? This guy will never have to work again. He's just gonna milk.
She had to pay him alimony and child support.
Yeah.
He got the kids.
I know.
Remember?
But it just, you know, I just shake my head. I just shake my head. What do you do?
Nothing.
Well, also, Mark Wahlberg wants to
I
wipe.
almost said Marlboro. I'm like, huh?
Mark Wahlberg wants to wipe his criminal record clean so he can become a reserve officer. TMZ has learned. Wahlberg has filed legal documents in Boston with the Massachusetts Parole Board asking to expunge his 1988 felony assault conviction. The actor beat 2 men and left 1 partially blind. Mark is still a felon actor, highest paid one of the highest paid actors right now. Mark is still a felon, and he wants to join the LA area police force as a reservist. The problem, he's not eligible because his felons as felons he can't handle guns, and it's generally frowned upon in cop shops. We're told Mark has become interested in police work as a result of searching roles for movies, including The Other Guys, Max Payne, and The Departed. He wouldn't be the first celeb to join a police force. Shaq was famously sworn in as a reserve cop in Miami, Florida, and Jack Osborne is one of the force in Muncie, Indiana. By the way, Mark is selling a new reality show called Port of LA, in which law enforcement police the containers that come into the country. So
That could be interesting because that's where so much stuff gets through.
but I didn't know he was a felon.
I didn't either.
What in what year? What did he get? His
1988.
But the problem is, if he gets it expunged, I would love to see how. Because if he gets it expunged, the thing that's going to be really odd is it's almost. I don't want to make this sound like an accusation, but it's going to. It's going to make it look like because you're rich.
Right.
Because I know some cats that have stupid stuff that can't get it. Like I know a dude that got in trouble because his friends, he was hanging out with some guys and they were all teenagers who did some shoplifting. And because he was with them, he got charged with it too. And he can't get it expunged. He's like, but I didn't steal nothing. Like you caught this guy. I just happened to be there. So here's this cat that has this and he can't get it expunged. So if you beat 2 people and gave somebody permanent injury,
Yeah.
I just don't know. I just don't know. I'd love to see how.
So in 88, that was his what?
That was when he was.
late teens?
That's when he was Marky Mark.
20.
That was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch at the time. It just sucks, man. It just sucks because I know we would like it expunged, but.
So would a lot of other felons that made stupid mistakes and realized.
Well,
as
how about
they've
this?
grown up-
I know a female that, and we're going to have to go to commercial here in a second, so I want to say this, where Hooters is on Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
Okay.
So she was just turned 18, was dating this guy. We all were from the Clarkson High School era. He was buying some weed, didn't know he was buying it from an undercover. So he bought an ounce.
Ooh.
As soon as they were turning from the side of Hooters pulling out, you know, whoop, 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 they get cops swarming to the car. The guy takes it out of his jacket pocket, shoves it in her purse, not realizing it was a sting because he's thinking if they search me, they ain't going to find nothing but in your purse, blah, blah. Well, the problem is she took the rap
Ooh.
because it was in her purse. And now every job that she ever applies for, she has to, write, have you ever been convicted of, of a felony? Yes. Do you know how many jobs she's lost due to that? She wants it expunged because it wasn't her felony. And I mean, it was even told, all that was told in court that it wasn't hers. And And it was so long ago she still tried to get it expunged and can't. And she can't get that expunged, and that's something so minor as just a possession charge. So if she can't get it expunged, how are you beating somebody? I mean, we're talking a difference of a possession charge versus an assault charge. You know what I'm saying? How can you let a violent charge be expunged? I don't know. I'm just verbally stating a point.
That permanently left
Cause somebody right.
Permanent damage. Yeah.
I wonder if that guy gets a check every month. You know what I mean? For lost income, future lost income.
You would think.
You know,
because of who it is. Yeah, because like
just
you
makes
said,
you
that
wonder.
he was Marky Mark back then.
That's right.
That's crazy.
And at the time, he was only worth that much money. Now he's worth this much money. So I wonder if the guys come back and said, listen, this is what I want a month for the rest of my life. From the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, you know,
Yeah.
checking account.
Oh, when we come back from a commercial,
let's do
I got
commercial.
some good stuff and more about Bill Cosby.
Oh, Lord.
Dun dun dun.
I know, but that poor guy just can't catch a break, can he?
No, and it gets worse for some of the places he's partied at.
Oh, God. So with that being said, this song right here would actually go pretty good then, I think. All right, everybody, we'll be right back. It's just for fun in the mornings. I'm trying to do too much over here. All right, we'll be right back. This song goes out to Bill Cosby. We'll be back. Hey everybody, this is
They're
DJ
going to
Scotty. I
Hugh
just want
Hefner's.
everybody to go check out All Track Powder Coating.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
I
they
saw that
coat
one.
anything and everything that is metal. Anything from motorcycle parts to motorcycle frames to cars to car frames. If it involves something that needs to be powder coated, you need to go see these cats right here. What I can tell you is this: powder coating is a whole lot better than just your average paint. Average paint will chip.
no
It will almost last you a lifetime. Check out All Track Powder Coating. 404-456-5490. Ask for David.
As always, this is as good as it's gonna get.
DJ Scotty keeping you on your toes. Just for fun radio.
I think you're mad. Oh, but is it madness or is it genius?
JustForFunRadio.com.
Your thing's coming back on, Scotty.
Well,
Yeah, just get right past the song then. Wow. Hey everybody, there was a song that was supposed to play and it skipped it. So let's do one song. We'll be right back. I didn't have time to shake it off.
are you sitting comfortably?
This is Just for Fun Radio with DJ Scotty and the Fun Crew.
Sooner or later,
Yeah, see,
they'll find you. Then everything will be different.
Just for Fun Radio. Copy Central and Conyers can take away your printing blues because they're the copy specialists. My business needed flyers and it needed brochures. I went to Copy Central and my printing blues were cured. Give them a call at 770-918-2588 and online at copycentral.org. Copy Central, the copy specialist. I love Copy Central.
Because camera's on, I'm gonna say too much.
Now or Never Tattoo is taking art to the next level. If you're thinking about ink, you want the best in the biz. Ink is art. You want the best artist available. You want Now or Never Tattoo. Chris Huff, owner-operator at Now or Never Tattoo, invites you to stop by, meet the crew, tour the studio, find Now or Never Tattoo on Facebook. You'll be impressed with the photo gallery. Or stop by now or Never Tattoo at 1427 Highway 138 in Conyers.
Are you sitting comfortably?
This is Just for Fun Radio with DJ Scotty and the Fun Crew.
Sooner or later, they'll find you. Then everything will be different.
Just for Fun Radio.
But just what do you got to do?
You can always do it.
Oh yeah.
What's
Oh, yeah.
guy gotta do to get a girl in this town? Don't wanna be alone when the sun goes down. Just a sweet little something to put my arms around. What's a guy gotta do to get a girl in this town? Well, ask anybody, I'm a pretty good guy, and the looks decent wagon didn't pass me by. There ain't nothing in my past that I'm trying hard to hide, and I don't understand why. I gotta wonder why. What's a guy gotta do to get a girl in this town? I wanna be alone when the sun goes down. Just a sweet little something to put my arms around. What's a guy gotta do to get a girl in this town?
I've redesigned it. Sound push is really good. And radio station. Because the radio station is over.
Little time gets killed, a lot of people get shot. Wanna think I'm kinda cute and laugh at every joke I got. When I guess I'm thinking maybe she's a thinking maybe not. What's a guy gotta do to get a girl in this town? Don't wanna be alone when the sun goes down. Just a sweet little something to put my arms around. What's a guy gotta do to get a girl in this town? And no man tell me, boy, if you were smart, you'd hit the produce.
Like I said,
at
I
the
should
Super
pop in
Bowl
there.
March, so I bumped into a pretty girl shopping cart. All I did was bring her eggs and bruise her
Cart.
hearts.
Right. Jacob, did you hear that? If so, I'm sorry. Let me go see about that.
That Walmart
Yeah. I think now she's already filed papers against him. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. What you got, sir? What you got?
Well, you know, it's like I was saying, Bill Cosby's still in the news, and I don't understand why somebody has not told him, leave the country. Just leave the country for a little while. You got money. Cancel all your shows.
He may be doing like I say and just trying to stand tall to defend himself.
Well, I think it's stupid, but the LAPD is doing an investigation to the alleged sexual assault at the Playboy Mansion. Bill Cosby is less than a day old, but cops already have their sights set on Hugh Hefner's estate for critical evidence. Now,
40 years later.
All right, go get your gloves and your ultraviolet light. We got to
Yeah.
check for semen.
whoa, Jesus,
Is that the Milky Way?
holy cow! Is that Tommy Lee?
They're going to be looking at that like in its astronomy class.
Yeah.
Like,
If you see here, 50 years ago, this asteroid hit right here.
Jesus.
oh my God. Is
L- Law enforcement tells sources at TMZ that the first thing they need to determine is whether Cosby and his accuser, who was 15 at the time, were even at the mansion together at the same time.
And that's before phones.
right.
Yes.
So no cell phone pictures.
As TMZ first reported, Judy Huth and her lawyer, of course, Gloria Allred, went to LAPD Friday afternoon and filed a police report. As we previously reported, the LAPD will investigate, even though it's pretty clear that the statute of limitations has long ago run. The alleged incident occurred in 1974.
Then why are the cops getting involved?
Well, you have to, if somebody's made a allegation,
Even if the statute of limitations is ran out?
well,
Yeah, that's the
the
question.
criminal. Now, you remember the other day we said the other day that if she recalled it, if she could recall it, what was it like within the 3 years, and she could remember it, she could still file. But it's like Scotty said, didn't you say she filed something against him 9 years ago? Do you remember what we was talking about? That we was talking about where she went and tried to civilly sue him
Yes.
9 years
Yeah,
ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
So they said if she's doing that, she's of course lying to the police, saying that she just now remembered it.
Right. I just
within-
recalled it.
Yeah. Our sources say detectives are hoping Hefner's people will be helpful, but it's unclear how much can be documented from an event that went down 4 decades ago. Cosby says Huff is a liar who unsuccessfully tried selling her story to the tabloids 10 years ago.
So this is a reoccurring thing.
Right.
Why are we even entertaining this?
Yeah. Cosby's lawyers also says her claim that she and Cosby played a beer game is absurd because Cosby is a lifelong non-drinker.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Now we did play hide the tic tac.
yes.
Nope, that's not tic tac. It's a prelude.
But you know, it basically is. It's kind of like it went away 9-10 years ago, wasn't? And you got what? Angie Dickinson? What's her name? Or not? Janice Dickinson. I'm sorry.
No. I just think it's
She
funny
is
'cause they're
just
both
the.
idiots.
She is the biggest pill head, drug
Yeah.
head, rehab.
Yeah, the bitch biatch done been on.
You know,
Sorry about the slip of the word. She's already been on
trying to-
rehab.
if I was a judge, I'd be like, Janice Dick. Oh,
you doing there? Good to
Good
see you again. I
Wow.
ain't seen you since the last ugly sweater party.
Now you hitting up on Cosby. You
That's
know.
right.
Dang. What? Let's see.
Under
What are you trying to get out of him?
Under his breath, he looks over at his assistant. You know what he says? It'd be like me and you. I'd be like, psst, at least she's going after him this time, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want a bottle of Xanax and some. What is this other one here?
Klonopin.
Loratabs. That's all. Mr. Cosby, could you just give her a bottle of Loratabs and Xanax? She'll go away.
Could you send her to your dealer?
Yeah. You know.
It's just this whole thing is
It's
retarded.
disgusting to me. I mean, leave the poor
And
man
she's
alone.
already tried this.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, that
And nobody entertained it.
if Bill Cosby disproves one person, which all he has to go after is just Janice Dixon or Judy Huth, and disproves them, this going to destroy the credibility of every other woman because you have no proof, you have no evidence, you have no pictures. All you have is hearsay.
Right.
Hearsay does not work in court.
No.
So
No. And I mean,
I
that
don't know.
lawyer, the Gloria chick, she's a joke. She's one of the ones that give lawyers who are bad names. And not all lawyers are like that.
well,
not all of them are snakes.
Yeah.
Just some.
And
Of them.
this
just-
woman is the
Hey, I
epitome
figured
of-
out what
an
the mole is,
anaconda.
by the way. It's off that.
Chris Brown and I don't know how you say this name, Carucci.
The car smells like coochie. What?
He says she banged Drake.
Oh, yeah.
She plays the mistreatment card. Things have gotten even more nuclear between Chris Brown and his ex-girlfriend, Karrueche Tran, and now Drake's been dragged into it, making him the Camilla Parker Bowles in the relationship. Brown just ripped into Karrueche on Instagram, calling her a cheater, saying, I was locked up for a damn near 4 months and only got one visit from you while you was hosting parties and taking secret trips to Toronto, going on dates with Drake. Chris fired his salvo after Karrueche went on the attack, explaining their breakup this way. I refuse to be repeatedly mistreated, especially by someone who claims to love me. That's not love.
What's
and
love got
yeah.
to do?
I'm sorry.
and as if it really needs translation, Chris is calling out Karrueche, who publicly made it look like she was standing behind him when he was jailed earlier this year.
I
As
couldn't
for,
have a name. It made me sound like coochie.
Yeah.
That'd be stinky.
as for Drake, well, you remember WIP nightclub, right? That fight involved Rihanna, and the two seemed to squash the beef, but it's clearly back in force.
Yeah,
and
man, where's the beef on this?
And as for Karrueche's comment after the Rihanna beating, the
the
word
Rihanna beating.
the word
Ding, ding, ding. Bring in the next hoe.
after the Rihanna beating, the word mistreated has all sorts of meaning when it comes to Chris, and Karrueche knows it.
Oh my
Karrueche added, if you cannot love me the right way, then don't love me at all.
That's a song, baby. Go write it. Go make a fortune off of it.
In short story, the atomic bomb war has just gone in full hydrogen.
And the
Good
Drake
God.
dude is denying it, saying she's not even my type.
Yes, I remember seeing that a little bit on the Facebook. It's crazy, man. Like, don't people have better things to do?
Apparently not.
Well, as a matter of fact, they don't. And listen to this one.
And wait, there's more. Order OxyClean right now, and I'll throw in a free shimmy.
My the MTV star, I'm raffling off my old moldy vagina.
What?
What?
MTV star, I'm raffling off my old moldy vagina on webcam site.
Ooh,
Who is
what?
that?
Here we go. Are you the one? Star Alex Kim is living the Hollywood dream, and by dream we mean she's raffling off a mold of her
A
vagina
mold. Sorry.
to dudes on
you,
nude
moldy.
webcam site.
Oh my God.
Kim, a contestant on the MTV dating competition, is pulling double duty. She's also a webcam model on a popular XXX site. We're told Alex has been webcamming long before her MTV appearance. The show's finale is Monday, but never told producers. Now she's exploiting her fame by including the MTV credit in her username. But the craziest part, check out this ad on page, upcoming file. Ooh, we can't even post that. So I won't even.
Let me see the picture.
I won't even read it.
Let me see the picture though.
Um,
I got a picture to show you too. Of somebody I met over the weekend.
That's kind of scary.
What is this picture? Oh, the words I'm looking at.
yeah, you can hardly read it. It's so nasty. So it's perverted.
Well, hello.
So basically, it says everybody's wanted some of me, quote, and it's saying now you can get your tickets. So there you go.
She's
she's
selling it.
pre-selling.
She's selling a mold of her vagina. That's what she's
She's
doing.
pre-selling.
Call it something other than the V word. The JJ. Make it sound a little
The
classy.
VJJ.
Her honey pot.
Yes.
So listen, I want
the
you
honey doo doo list.
Are you done with that?
Yes.
Look, we met this girl this weekend. Is she not bad to the bone? She was up at Harley modeling on some of the bikes.
Who is it?
Some chick.
Domino, something. Look at that.
Fats Domino.
Oh,
Does that look
she-
fat? And isn't she bad? Look at that. She was up there modeling all sorts of stuff on the bikes.
Never seen her before.
Hot though, huh?
Mhm.
Then we went back there to the break room, and she was trying to serve up some wieners.
I was gonna say 40 years from now, you better behave.
Are
better
you
be
serious?
aware. Oh wow.
Anyways, so Waterhead walks up to me and says, "Hey," I'm like, "What?" He says, "Check out this chick we just met." And I looked at this picture, so I'm informing everybody because I couldn't say it the way it happened on. So, anyways, because you're listening, you can't see the pictures I just showed. So Waterhead walks up and says, "Man, check out this girl," and I mean, like smoking hot, right? I said, "Good God Almighty, that's smoking hot." And then he flips it to the next picture, and it was a transsexual.
It's a goat.
It's a goat picture.
Well,
As long as your thumb's over that end of the camera, you're like, "Man, that's hot." But you move your thumb, it's a goat shot.
North Korean government, Sony hackers don't work for us, but it was righteous. North Korean government insists it had nothing to do with the hack on Sony, but at the same time, they're rejoicing over the security breach. ANK, National Defense Commission spokesperson, called the hacking a righteous deed of the supporters and sympathizers of the DPRK, which condemned the movie. Now, this is the movie with Seth Rogen in it, called The Interview. It's where they are hired to go kill
Oh yeah.
North Korean government,
Yes.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un. The North Korean government filed a formal complaint with the UN over the James Franco Seth Rogen flick, The Interview, which is all about assassinating Kim Jong-un, calling it an act of war. The spokesperson also calls the hackers champions of peace, and accuses South Korea of floating the false rumor of its involvement. So he's a little bit highly ticked off about this movie. So
There you go.
holy cat.
So when you see that, you think, "What a chick," until you see that and say, "What a." If you were to meet her, so here's the joke I was making. I'm like, if you were to meet her, I said, I would end up like in the bar making out with her and then end up in the car and quickly find out that her is not her.
Go to that one right there, the third
Look at
one
that.
from the right.
That one?
Go down one. Down,
Down?
right there.
That one?
Yeah. That's not her, is it?
Yeah, that's a her, but that's her is her beginning. But look right there. If you were to bump into her in a bar, you would have thought that was a her. You would not know that that's a him. I was actually saying that would be dangerous. Like I would be.
No, yeah. So you really didn't meet him up here.
No, that was just a joke. Waterhead just happened to have the picture. And then I said, Waterhead, what are you doing with that picture? But look, if you were to meet that person right there in a bar, you would not know that's a dude. I was like, I would already be in trouble. Like, you wouldn't know. I was hoping to find a picture with her clothes on so that you would actually see, but it's just funny that it went straight to nude pictures. But if anybody would like to see who this person is, look up the name Domino, and then you would have to type in transsexual. But not that I'm trying to make the show about that, but what this is showing that you can't.
And be careful.
Yeah, be very careful when you pull this
If you're
picture.
easily
But look at
offended,
that.
don't do it.
Yeah, if you're easily offended, don't do this. Domino Presley's the name. But look at that picture I just enlarged right there. With, the legs flipped over so you can't tell that it has a man's junk. But you would see that female at a bar and be like, damn. And then you would end up in the car and
then
go,
you'd be like, damn.
you go from damn in the bar to damn in the car. I mean, look at that picture. You would be in trouble.
Yeah.
You would be in some trouble. I'm trying to actually find clothed pictures. Should I go up there and type with clothes on?
Maybe.
Because there's not one ounce of clothing
Because
here.
all these forgot the clothes.
Yeah. But look at that. Look at that right there. You would, other than maybe the jawline being a little bit big, you would never assume that to be a male. You would be in trouble. All right.
With clothes.
With clothes. I'm typing with clothes. And next, it'd be her naked doing laundry.
Oh, there's one to the left, right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
But yeah, you would be an average dude would meet this person in a bar, be having a nice conversation, and then end up in the car to then find out.
You couldn't take her to the beach. You know that?
Well, as
She's
long
wearing
as long as the water was cold.
She's wearing a bikini. Oh my God.
As long as the water was cold, because the second the water's not cold anymore.
Could you imagine her going to the beach with you and she gets aroused?
Oh God.
Listen, I'm going to do to you. Anybody that's watching video, I want you to see what I'm doing to Brian. So watch. Here's what I was making the joke the other day at Harley. I was standing next to Waterhead and I had my bottle of Coke in my hand like this, but his leg was right there. And I said, Waterhead, could you see meeting this hot chick? You end up talking to her. You get out of the car. Things start happening. I'm trying to keep this PG-13, y'all. And everything's fine until you start feeling something tap back at you. And Waterhead goes, oh, my God, that is gross. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I said, but that just shows you where we are as a society. I understand people are born. They feel that they're mistaken identity as far as they were born female, but yet they came out as a man or vice versa. I do get that. And what a horrible life these people. Let's look at this. Let's take it away from where we're trying to make a joke out of this and be funny about it. Think of the horrible life this person has to live. Like knowing the whole time you're trying to be a tough little boy in high school because you know you're going to get your butt whipped, but you really don't feel like a guy.
Right. Well, transsexuals' suicide rate is 3 times higher than the national average. 3 times. Because they're picked on.
That's right.
They don't feel like they belong.
So I understand in a joking way you can make jokes about it, but in a human's right sort of way, that kind of sucks. Like think about the woman that claims that she's the girlfriend to the swimmer that's in rehab or Olympic
Phelps.
swimmer. Yeah. Think of how sad that person must have been the majority of their life. And anybody that wants to, I don't want to bring everybody down from being in a high, happy mood, being funny, but think about your saddest, lowest point of your life, how miserable you felt, and think that person lived that way every day for years until they were brave enough to come out and admit their issues.
And then they still have it. I mean,
And then
they still have to deal with prejudices.
That's right.
And people making fun of them, not being able to find a relationship.
Dude, I had big ears, dude. I got picked on forever until I finally hit the guy, and then everybody left me alone. What else you got, sir?
Speaking on picking on people, Brooklyn shooting victim Sharpton, Reverend Al Sharpton, pulls out a funeral due to family rift. Reverend Al Sharpton is bailing on delivering the eulogy at the services for the Brooklyn man who was gunned down by NYPD. He says it's because he's caught in the middle of a family battle. As TMZ first reported, Akai Gurley's mother and aunt has demanded Sharpton stay away from Friday night's wake and today's funeral. His aunt claims the Reverend is making a circus out of his tragedy.
The man makes a circus out of everything.
Imagine that.
Um,
I applaud that family.
Gurley was the man that was shot and killed by a cop in Brooklyn housing project stairwell. There's been outrage over the case because the cop who shot him allegedly texted his union rep before calling 911. Sharpton says he's been working with the Kimberly Ballinger, Akai's domestic partner and mother of his child at her request. But late Friday, he decided he would skip the services due to confusion and division amongst Gurley's family members. Further, Reverend Al Sharpton says claims by Gurley's aunt that he's grandstanding for money are unfounded. He tells TMZ he has never asked Ballinger or any of the family member for money and wouldn't have no reason to do so since the TV contracts keep him flush.
Well, there you go.
He added his only motive is seeking justice for Gurley's on behalf of his child and domestic partner. So
now, isn't this the young man that was shot in the stairwell, but there was no lights? It was extremely dark.
I don't recall that case.
I remember something about this one.
But
Al Sharpton, I'm sorry, and Jesse Jackson are just out there to, like Janet Dickerson, to get their name in the headlines one more time. And get the money.
And that's the thing about it. Jim Hancock and I, he's the director. He's with Terminus Pictures, and we talk about the movie we're doing, Come On In, We're Dead. Come On In, We're Dead is the movie that happened in 1932. It's the story, that happened in 1932. In 1932, two boys murdered a town marshal. The year prior was in 1931. They were just basic car thieves. Back then, a 1932, 33 car was $200 or $300, something like that, off the assembly line.
Right.
They would steal cars. They did petty stuff. But the sheriff, which is played by, the chief is actually played by Alpha. They go to the house, and evidently the guys took shotguns and blowed them away pretty much. Now, this is what set up protocol for extracting known fugitives from a dwelling. This where I'm going with this is the movie is set up to where it shows how we've evolved from in 1930s where you just had a revolver. You go to a house with a revolver. Now they got 9mm with 15 round clips. You got SWAT teams who have daggers that come out on the front of the tank like vehicles they have that you rip doors off. They have smoke grenades. They have percussion grenades. They have,
well, they've got 12 gauge shells now that have almost like mini grenades in there for blowing locks and hinges on doors.
And they also have rubber bullet stuff.
Yeah. If anybody would ever go look up the crazy ammo that they now make for 12 gauge, it's unbelievable what a 12 gauge bullet can do. I mean, there's so many things now. They make shells that are like little mini rocket launchers that when you shoot them, they then have wings that pop out and go send explosive devices.
And something I ask these people that they don't understand law enforcement, you can't tell what's going to happen in every situation.
Right.
It's like the woman police officer.
They can only use prior information to gauge what they're going to do.
Right. The woman police officer, I don't know if everybody's seen this, but the woman police officer pulled over the guy, the black gentleman, and his daughter was in the car with him, and he had a prior record. He had a warrant for him. She, was detaining him, very nice to him and everything.
Everything was all nice and normal for like the first 30 seconds of the video tape.
And then she says, "Sir, I'm going to have to place you under arrest." And he beat the heck out of her.
And the daughter is in the car looking over the back seat area.
Yeah, well, she actually gets out of the car.
She gets out.
And she's sitting there watching her father beat this white woman just about half to death.
All because
the webcam's got every bit of it.
Because he's got a warrant for his
arrest. Yes.
And she's doing her job.
And he clearly says, "Baby, I can't go back to jail." And he tells his daughter, "Get back in the car," and he leaves her on the side of the road to die.
You see the girl's head turn and look towards the camera when the dad's starting to do it and she gets out of the car. Oh yeah, it's the most devastating video
Did the cops arrive?
To just see.
I
pure
think she
craziness.
did, but I don't think she does police force.
Well, look, this movie
anymore.
you keep talking about, I bet you don't know this, but back in the late 60s towards the 70s, this happened to DeKalb County. And a lot of the DeKalb County officers all know this story. I mean, it's the story that was told to my dad when my dad first started, but it was actually a friend of my grandfather's that did this. They came to arrest him at his house, and his house was an arsenal. I'm talking hunting rifles, 12 gauge pistols, everything you can think of. The whole DeKalb County pretty much surrounded this dude's house. That's before they really had all the technology. They had a helicopter. He came out there with a 30-06, started shooting the helicopter, was shooting all the cops. And this was before they really would storm houses. They didn't have that technology then. And this guy barricaded himself in the house, and it lasted for a long, long, long time. If I remember correctly, we're talking well around 18 hours. This dude kept the police off of his house before they just had to storm the house. But every DeKalb County cop, probably, I don't know so much now, but I know in the 90s, everybody knew the story. Like every cop you could talk to would say, oh, yeah, dude, we've been told that story. That is part of their training,
right?
Is to say this happened in our own county.
And that's the thing about it.
And to know my grandfather knew the guy was even weird.
For a police officer to go into a dark stairwell and see somebody standing there, and they do like this. It looks like I understand what people are saying. Maybe shoot him in the leg, but they're trained to shoot to
the threat is over.
Yes. And that's what it is. When, the thing with, like I said, with Michael Brown, he did 2 felonies that day. The first felony was robbing the store. The second one is sticking his hand and head in the car, the police officer, and
Who
trying
in
to
the
rob
right
him.
mind is going to try to reach in a cop car?
Yeah.
Well,
that's a rat trap. Why would you do it?
Beat the cop.
And they were like, everybody's like, why couldn't he pepper sprayed him? Really? Do you see the weapon they have? They're sitting in a car, the crunch. They have to sit funny anyway. That's why most of them sit up erect, because all the stuff they have.
My brother has already had to have a back surgery because by the time, this is stupid and y'all will die when you try to figure it out, but I want everybody to visualize this. You're wearing a belt that is full of crap.
Yep.
So handcuffs or whatever that is right where your L5 vertebrae is, you got to figure you have a bulletproof vest that's going down your front and your back. It then is pinching right around whatever is mounted on your belt is. And they're saying because of all the years of him leaning against whatever this is that's pushing the lower part of his back where his butt crack, basically, where that on his belt was pushing his hips forward, and then his vest was pushing down in the very same spot, was making his back arch the wrong way. And he goes to jump out of the car after sitting, doing what he was doing. And because of the way all that had happened, it caused his disc to blow out. People don't think. Yeah. You don't think about this. This guy's wearing an armored suit with his utility belt, basically, and that vest on. That's a lot to have on your hips and your back, and you don't know
heavy.
that.
I mean, day in, day out.
Go back to what you're saying. I just wanted to emphasize on that. And people don't think.
But people don't understand. We've evolved from you got to remember 1930s and stuff. There wasn't that many people in America and stuff. But the crime has evolved. I mean, in the way let me put it to you like this. We grew up on Evel Knievel.
Right.
He was jumping buses and stuff like that. You see what people are jumping now?
On a Harley.
Mind you. You got this guy that's jumping houses. You got a guy that can take a motorcycle and jumps 10 stories straight up, then come 10 stories back down.
Right.
You got guys jumping football length, ramp to ramp.
But they're also having motors huge
right.
compared to what they used to be. And the horsepower more than they used to be. The suspension can handle more than they used to.
And this is how we've evolved. And as people evolve, crime evolves too.
Correct.
And you see now we have what we call they steal a car and they take 20 or 30 people and drive it through a store. And they loot it, and they can steal hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff in less than 60 seconds.
What they've been doing is basically they're having 15 people staying in the parking lot. Somebody goes and just steals an average Joe's car, whatever they can steal. They use it as a battering ram to drive through whatever store. I think West End is when they did the biggest one that's been talked about. Because they had the bars and stuff that went down inside the store. They took the car, ran it through, left the car stepped out of the car, and then all the 15 people or so run in the store and they grab every pair of Nike shoes you can think of.
That's ridiculous.
It's no different than a riot.
Right. Well, it used to be they just steal cars.
But
now it's what do you call
Carjacking.
Yeah, but see, the thing is
it's
by
so much more hustle.
by doing what they're doing, there's so many people involved that they don't try to prosecute because they say, well, we can't prove who it was, and there were so many people, and they let it go. So it's like a full-blown looting experience with no consequences.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Parents need to teach their children.
And the thing about it, you'll never get that done.
I know.
You'll never teach that.
But back to Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Sharpton tells us he has questions about I can't say this name either, Hortensia, and her motives. He says, I don't know that this aunt has legal standing to speak for the family. He adds, when Kimberly asked for help, we responded because she had legal standing, and his domestic partner and the mother of his child, who is the next of kin, the family of the man who was shot to death in Brooklyn by the NYPD, wants Al Sharpton to mind his own business and stay away from the upcoming wake and funeral. Akai Gurley was gunned down in Brooklyn housing project stairwell at the cop who shot him shockingly texted his union rep before calling 911. Sharpton has gone on the attack and holding a news conference condemning the cop. But Gurley's aunt, Hortensia Peterson, who is speaking for his mom, tells TMZ Al Sharpton came in, put his name on the situation, but has not even made one single call to the parents of Akai. Peterson says also Sharpton sees his money and political gain, that he is turning the tragedy into a circus. Kevin Powell, who appeared on the first season of The Real World, has been helping the family. She says the family does not want Sharpton at Friday's night's wake for where the Reverend has promised to deliver a eulogy. She also says she's a persona non grata at the funeral. So basically, the family doesn't want anything to do with it. They see the kind of circus that he's brought to Ferguson.
Right.
And it's like the story that Scotty was telling where Jesse Jackson was driving to a parking lot and he was in a van, and I think it was
best video ever.
He was in a food restaurant. It was actually going to a drive-thru or something.
Yeah,
I think
he was like leaving a Popeyes or Hardee's or something like that. I'm not trying to stereotype. I'm just saying he was leaving something like that. And 5 or 6 black guys walk up. Hey, Jesse, hey, Jesse, hey, Jesse. And he rolls the window down. He's being driven because he's in the passenger side, of course. And they say, hey, what the hell are you doing here? You ain't doing no good for us. You sold us out, blah, 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 blah. You need to get out of here. You ain't here to do nothing but cause trouble. And it was kind of cool seeing his own black people, stand up and say, you're doing wrong.
Right.
It was really cool.
I applaud them.
And I was just pulling this up here, too, about...
and I hate to stereotype and say his own black people, but he truly believes that he is doing what's right, and he's taking care of his people, as he says it, and his people can see through his bullcrap.
But here it is. This is in the news. The Reverend owes the IRS huge sums of money for years. Here's a story. It says Reverend Al Sharpton, along with his nonprofit National Action Network and 2 for-profit firms, have $4.7 million in outstanding debts and liens, according to federal and state records.
Wow.
The New York Post has reported on Sunday, among the debts include $806,000 that Sharpton owes the state, along with $2.6 million in federal liens against him for unpaid personal taxes. And here's the thing about it: I owe $1,500, and they call me every freaking month.
Right.
For taxes that
They ain't froze your account yet.
No.
But what I'm saying,
we send them money every month, so they can't do that. But I mean, this guy owes $2.6 million, and he's running up and down Ferguson and stuff, and in Brooklyn and wherever. And we said this the other day. How long before, he would be over in New York. And of course, it was that next day he was over in New York.
Well, what I don't understand, he says that the child is the next of kin. Technically not. If the child's a minor, the parents are the next of kin. Yes. Immediate next of kin. So he's just looking to latch on to somebody. And apparently the next of kin doesn't want anything to do with him. So he goes to baby mama. Yeah. Not domestic partner, but baby mama. Let's call it what it really is. And you're trying to latch on to there.
Yeah. So, You know, it's just the bottom line. He's what is that, a carp, a catfish? He's a bottom feeder,
A leech.
you know, and that's all.
Gloria Aldrich.
I don't know why somebody hasn't charged her with extortion.
Yeah.
Because basically that's what she's trying to do to.
Didn't she say pay up and we'll go away, basically?
Yeah. And I don't know
thing.
why somebody has not, why Bill Cosby just doesn't go down to LAPD and file charges that she's trying to extort him, because she basically said it, you know, live.
Or slander.
You can pay us for $100 million and we'll go away, or, you know.
I don't know. It's disgusting to me. There's so much that needs to be done in this world. Why? You know, if you want your name out there, let's do something for the homeless. Let's do something for the vets. Let's, you know, the wounded warrior. Why? I guess because people are interested in celebrity lives. Oh.
Well, no, you wouldn't have the NAACP if you didn't keep racism alive. This is how they keep racism alive, is in the NAACP.
This is how they keep it alive, yeah.
And that's what they got to do.
Remember the saying, there won't be no sheet if you don't start no sheet. If you would just shut up, people would quit. I mean, people really don't walk out their doors now these days looking to blame something. You usually have the person that's already bitter about something stupid, and then somebody goes, well, it's because of the white man. You know, it's stupid like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to treat you like a human being until you show me otherwise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what color you are. If you're polka dotted, I don't care.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, you know, and we said this earlier, you know, a lot of the police have asked, you know, they want black police officers. They're not being racist. You know, it's nice to have black police officers, because if they work white and black patrol, that's the other thing too. I said, why don't they have partners, white and black partners?
Because there's not enough.
So you can't have that. You can't have that. Oh, it's a white cop shot a black man. No, well, he's got a black partner too, and he was in the car. That's what I would start doing too. Right. Plus, have the body cameras and stuff. You know, and here's the video of him sticking his head in the car, attacking the police officer.
That's exactly right.
You know, let's see how Reverend Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all them would, you know, respond to that. But the other thing is too, they, you know, I said this earlier, and we're going to get off of it. You know, I was talking about the lady was saying the reason that black men cannot join the police forces because they were afraid that they come from a housing community, that they would be more partial to what she said, their homies or their boys or whatever. And the guy he shouted back. He said, "You sure it's not because half of them already have a criminal record?"
Correct.
Well, that's has a lot to do with it.
So, and that's what it was. And she didn't have no response to that. So
crazy. But
it is what it is, you know.
Hey, when was the Witches Run?
Which is 5K run?
Yeah. Apparently, last night, the other night when the Grinch was there, the crazy Bible thumping guy that was harassing everybody. I'm getting a message right now where people are asking me for his name. Apparently, when the Grinch was on the square at Covington, he was down there harassing and screaming again. And now I just told these people to go file charges against him because apparently he was harassing a friend of mine's child, and handed the child something. And you technically have that man should not have any physical contact with a small child.
The Grinch? I'm lost.
You are a dingy blonde today.
I've been listening to the whole thing, but I'm lost. I don't know what you're talking about.
What happened at the 5K run? Do you remember us talking about the crazy guy that was the religious guy that's been on the square screaming?
Okay, now.
Okay,
that's
what it is.
I got lost. Okay.
So this guy was down there when we were there, he was down there harassing kids, telling people you're going to go to hell because of your parents, and called one little girl that was dressed up as a witch. He called her a little whore. Well, those are just verbal words made to a kid. Now he has physically touched one, trying to hand the little child some of his reading literature. And the problem is now that you physically made contact with a child, that changes the equation. So I told the parent, go file something on his ass. Let me get his name for you. Because she said that he totally destroyed the happiness of all the kids down there trying to see the Grinch on Christmas.
Oh,
which is a fictitious character.
Right.
From, you know.
But if you remember, What did he do when we were down there?
Yeah.
You know, he was screaming at little kids dressed up as witches, telling them that they were little whores and they were going to go to hell because they were dressed up as witches.
No.
Yes. And the police won't do anything about this. Well, now he's touched one of the children, and that's where I said, now that he's touched a child, you need to go file charges.
Yeah. You know who this person is?
Well,
Oh,
duh.
yeah.
I just told you they just reached out to me.
Well, I didn't know if you knew his name.
Who? Which one? The guy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I know him.
And
I'm going to-
actually,
I'm going
Scotty had reached out to his father, or
Yes.
his father had reached out to Scotty.
And that's why I need the date of it, because I'm now going back through my emails where I've talked to the guy
Oh, okay.
to say your son is out of control and you need to tell him to leave people alone. Well, now that he's physically made a physical touch to a child, he put his hand on a child saying, take this, while mama was standing there. Yeah, he can actually be in trouble now, because this is considered harassment at this point.
I'm trying to pull the date up here.
So it's just retarded. What is wrong with people?
Obviously, he's not right in the head.
Oh no. He's got some.
He's got some issues.
He's got some severe issues.
But you warned father.
I already warned father that, because I know a couple of I know some gentlemen. I know two gentlemen right now who have said the words, I would punch him in his mouth. One gentleman, a good friend of mine, was leaving Scoops, and he was with his wife, who was pregnant, and his 3 daughters. And as they were walking out of the door, he was screaming at the kids and at the parents, of course, but the kids are looking up going, Daddy, what is that guy screaming at me for? But the police tried to tell us that he has the freedom of speech to do this, but I also had the freedom of speech to call him an idiot. So, you know, but messing with kids, you can yell at an adult all you want. You start yelling at a minor, some father is going to look at you and throat punch you for screaming at his kid.
Oh, yeah.
You don't cross that
Some
line.
mama.
So what is wrong with this dude? You know what I mean?
And yeah, you know, and the thing about it was, technically, when he was over there screaming and he told the little kid what he said, the police, he could have been arrested.
He should have been.
He
but
should have
the
been
police-
arrested.
The police didn't want to do nothing.
They
about
didn't
it.
want to get involved, probably because they did know who he was. They probably knew his father or whatever. But basically,
October 25th was the run.
Yes.
So somewhere after that is when I talked to the guy's dad.
it was that Monday, the 27th.
So that's when I talked to him.
Yes.
I'm just blown slap away. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how blown
Why
away
would
I
you
am.
do that to a child? I mean, it's a Dr. Zeus. He grew up on it. Everybody's grown up on Dr. Zeus.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. The parents should enter. How old is this man?
He's 30 something.
Oh my God.
He knows. Look, he's old enough to know what he's doing.
He's old enough to know better.
Yeah. What a complete idiot.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time for somebody. And the thing about it now is, and this is what I told the police officer. I said, I'm not worried. We're not worried about our safety. I said, I'm worried about his safety. I said, because he comes over here, and if it was my child, he went up to it and called a little whore and whatever, and told
I'd be
her,
going
pointed
to
her and
jail.
told her to face.
I'd be going to jail.
He'd be leaving an ambulance.
Yeah, I'd be going to jail.
Because I don't care. This is the other sad part about this, and Scotty said this too. This man is supposed to be representing this church,
Oh, a specific
a
church.
specific church that he goes to, and he's going around spouting Bible verses, but he's going around calling people whores, and we're going to hell for what we're doing and all this stuff. He's not the one that decides that.
His name is PJ Alexander. That's why I couldn't figure out, but somebody just sent me his name. There's other people listening that know exactly who I'm talking about. PJ Alexander is his name. They had issues with him on the square at the lighting as well.
Really?
So this is what, and he does it all the time. But the problem is he physically was making contact with a child. That is just,
And I think
And even if they say, oh, I didn't touch a child, you were having interactions with a minor child after a parent had already told you to leave them alone. I'm only reading off what I've been sent.
That's him, Donna.
So my personal opinion is,
and listen,
is hold on. I want to make sure as a radio station we're very clear. We're only reading to you what has been said to us, and I'm reading these messages like right now. My messenger is being totally lit. I'm going to open this up so everybody sitting at the table can read.
And that's the guy that's like harassing people.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too. It says on his Facebook that he is a Frontlines Street Preaching.
Yeah, that's what he claims.
So, and I don't know, is that his, do you know if that's his father?
No, that's not his father.
Okay.
But he has me blocked because I'm not going to say I put a hit on him because that would sound really bad. I did let it be known who he was and how to find him. And everybody got a little nervous, but that's part of being in the business I'm in. If there's local news and the guy's nuts, then everybody around needs to know. If you go to the square on Covington on any given Friday, Saturday night, this nut job's going to be there. If you take your kids in scoops and you walk out on the sidewalk, be prepared for this nut job to be there. One of the other guys I know was at the Mystic Grill, was sitting there watching it happen and said, man, if I go outside and this guy gets in my face one more time, I'm going to hit him. And they walked out of the Mystic Grill, and guess what? The dude's doing it again.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, you know, I understand preaching God's word, but he's not preaching God's word. He's more or less preaching the devil's word, because God loves everybody, you know, and he's not the one to judge and tell you where you're going. And what he's doing is he's contradicting the Bible. Even though he's got a Bible in his hand and he's sitting there sprouting off Bible verses and stuff, he's contradicting what the Bible says by standing on the curb, telling a little child that she's going to hell for what her parents are doing.
Frontlines.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got me blocked. Ever since I started airing who he is as a person, once I aired who he was by his name and what person he is, he wanted to get the halo on down the road. He didn't want me to know who he was. The problem is, my name is Scott Spence. I own Just for Fun Radio. You want me, you know how to find me. I'm not saying this in a threat, but I also don't hide who I am, and this dude tries to hide who he is. Well, really, if God is there helping you harass people, then be honest about who you are. Don't hide your name and don't hide who you are.
Stay away from people's children.
Yep. Look, here's a picture of him on a box. Oh, my God. At the thing on the square. Somebody should have kicked him off of that box. What an idiot.
Yeah, this is what he does now is this is him with a speaker, and he's got a Bible in his hand, and he stands there with a speaker, and he just ruins every event.
He does. He ruins every event.
So,
what an idiot.
You know what they need to do?
Okay, so this is what he posted with a picture of the Grinch. Pray for me as I will be going to preach in my local town of Covington this Friday. Pray for the lost sinners to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, because there's a picture of the Grinch. What an idiot.
The lost sinners. So you're a sinner if you go to the square
to
meet the Grinch?
Yes.
Really?
He is one of these guys. Warped. It's one thing to be a church person. Everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe. But the second that you become a radical like this, and you don't have to force people to religion. Let people see what they want to see and come to religion because it's what they want, not because you're forcing it down their throats. That's why people hate the cops, is everybody believes we're being forced to do these things. They hate the government because they hate being forced to do things. But yet then you got a guy like this that's trying to force you to believe his beliefs. And, you know, as I yelled at his father and said, the first thing that God gave you was the freedom of choice.
Right.
The freedom of choice was given to you by God. So when you want to start preaching about God, let's go back to the very beginning. The very beginning. Adam, the apple. It was a choice. God gave people the freedom of choice. Let them have it. So look, let's get on to some other Just for Fun stuff. We'll be back here in just a second. Everybody, try to enjoy your day. We're just kind of going over this. I was blown away that this idiot was acting this way yet again. Everybody, we'll see you here in a second.
Well, is that who reads?
As always,
Did he
this
do
is as good as it's gonna get.
No.
DJ Scotty keeping you on your toes.
Especially with breakfast.
Just for fun.
I think you're mad. Oh, but is it madness or is it genius?
JustForFunRadio.com.
Hey, I want to tell you about Dr. Ink Eraser. That's the guy that's taking care of this ugly thing on my leg. And let me tell you, a lot of us have stuff that we're not proud of. We got in a younger age, and we're not that person anymore. Well, let me tell you, the best thing to do is call Dr. Ink Eraser.
Hey, give me a minute, and I'll call you back after the commercial.
944. He will help you get rid of all the things that you don't want in your life anymore.
Yeah,
As far as these ugly tattoos, make sure you check out Dr. Ink Eraser. He's doing stuff here in Conyers, but if you call that number, he'll tell you where he is and other locations of Georgia. Dr. Ink Eraser to take care of all your laser tattoo removal needs.
What is wrong with
All nice and decent with the crew. This is Mr. Cat and Sugar Ray riding through. I'm here to tell a man she have me intoxicated, but I love high man like a genie, but I call with a fly. Some of say virgin, take a big heart, give it a first try.
Oh, yeah.
St. Louis Rams fans are burning their gear due to the 5 players that come out on the field doing like this.
Who knows how long I love you? Everywhere I go, people stop and they say, 25 years old, my mother, God rest her soul. Lord mercy. I just wanna fly. I want you warm. Put your arms around me, babe. Put your arms around me, babe.
I got this girl who wants to be on the show. Her name is Chelsea Christ or Chelsea Lynn. She's a country singer in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Is that the girl that everybody was talking about reach out to?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Chelsea Lynn.
My mother, she told me so. I just wanna fly. Put your arms around me, babe. Put your arms around me, babe. I just wanna fly. I can only get the sky up so high. Put your arms around me, babe. Put your arms around me, babe. I just wanna fly.
Huh? The other end of the lake down there. That's why I say I gotta get. Yeah. And see, me, that's why I want a bullhorn, because I'm going to stand there and go, shut up, you're an idiot. Shut up, you're an idiot. Shut up, you're an idiot. And they can't stop.
See the one that stands on 138
He's a white dog.
Well, if somebody went and got a TPO against him,
yeah, especially the one.
Well, that's what I said. I said I would like to go file one on him. If I have to deal with him again, I'll file a TPO. And then he's not going around me. He should not be allowed on that square. That's a public disturbance. He can claim his freedom of speech, but if it's shut down for a special event, he should not be allowed inside the perimeter of the said event. Let him go stand outside the event for all the fields he wants.
Yeah,
but he can't stand in
for that, right?
Well, not technically.
No, I meant the person that's doing the
Event, yes.
the thing is, if say like Scotty had a TPO against him, and he come over there and he come on the property, all Scotty's got to pick up the phone and call the police, and he goes to jail. And it's felony stalking.
Yeah.
That's how you nail people.
Something happens.
No, touching children. I'm telling you. We think it's Kate you know who's little boy? She We got any birthdays today?
And we're back.
We're back.
Anything new? Anything good? Anything?
Yeah. You know, the topic, what would you do? This is going viral. There was a man at a Detroit Lions game. I guess he was sitting behind a lady that appeared to be 8 months pregnant and texting a man messages like, I wish I was with you all day. I will see you as soon as I'm done with him. Apparently, baby daddy. So the man that saw all these text messages wrote the guy she was with a note and slipped it to him to let him know you need to check your girl's phone.
Wow. And
he doesn't know. It says,
wait, how is all this even a message if nobody knows?
Well,
I mean,
this guy's posting what he did.
Oh, this guy posted.
What would you do? And he says, and that was it. I don't know what happened after. And I was a little tipsy, but I don't care. It felt good. I hate fake people. He says, I simply waited for him to exit and stopped him in front of his woman and handed him a note. And the note said, I don't know you and you don't know me. Read this when you get home. Trust me.
Hey.
Check your girl's phone.
Y'all carry this on for a second. I gotta make a phone call real quick.
So what would you do? If you saw someone obviously blatantly texting somebody else and she's pregnant, what would you do?
I wouldn't get involved.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
Because she'd eventually get caught.
Yeah.
It's none of my business. I don't get into that drama stuff, so it'd be none of my business. You know, would I recognize and say anything? No, I'd recognize it and I would just shake my head, but I wouldn't.
Okay, anything. Put yourself in the other guy's place. If someone,
I would want to know.
I would want to know.
Yeah,
Would
but
you want to know?
I wouldn't want to drag somebody else into my problem. You know, because possibly the baby couldn't be his.
Right.
You know, if she's messing around with him.
That could be her. Well, no, because it said, but when I get done with him, but it could be her brother. You never know.
Yeah.
It could be her brother. So you're making assumptions.
It could be your sister. It could be your mom.
But then again, you don't know. It doesn't mention everything he saw in the text messages either.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, but would that be that close to see what she's saying?
Apparently so. Well, on today's, like the iPhone 6 Plus it's as big as a notebook, you know?
Yeah.
So it's quite possible.
I don't know. I wouldn't get involved. I just, you know, I don't think I'd want somebody to do it to me because you don't know. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are really, really quick to accuse and judge you of something. And, you know, it turned out to be, you know, nothing. No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
I mean, it's hard not to want to tell the guy, but no, I wouldn't.
And again, you don't know who this guy is. If it's really baby daddy or if it's a brother or I think that was overstepping the line just a little bit.
Could have been just a good friend.
But all the comments are supporting the guy. Like all the hundreds of comments. It's on Kicks. It's on the local radio station's page. It's on Kicks 101.
We're the local radio station. What are you talking about? The local. Come on, we are the local.
Yeah, we are the local. But it looks
the local, because that's gooder. I just love people.
That's bestest.
Yeah.
The bestest. I don't know. I personally think he overstepped his boundaries.
I don't. Wouldn't you want to know?
No, well, he and I said that, but you don't know who that guy sitting
Who cares?
Is.
Who cares? Wait a minute.
It could be the brother.
Who cares? I don't know you two, right? And I see you somewhere and I see this, I don't care because I'm never going to see you again. But if I felt I did the right thing, then great. And you know what? If it wasn't anything wrong happening, then no harm, no foul.
But would you apologize?
Hell no.
You'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
No, if I thought I was doing the right thing, why would there? Okay, excuse me. Who are you apologizing to? You're never going to see these people again. You don't know them.
Yeah, I know that. But
all they
what
can
I'm
do
saying
is walk away giggling, going, "They thought you were with me, and you're my brother." I mean, so what? No harm, no foul. But to me, it's kind of cool that somebody would do that.
What if somebody did that to you?
I would think cool.
But it was your wife, and is somebody else that's
if
saying,
my wife was pregnant and sitting next to you and texting me saying, I love you, as soon as I can get away from this idiot, blah, 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 and somebody told me, I'd be all for it. I think it's funny.
No, but I'm saying you're sitting there with your wife and somebody's looking over her shoulder and she's texting her brother or something like that and saying stuff, and basically he's eavesdropping on her.
Right.
Which is in violation of her privacy. And
so what? You're in a public place. Okay. Y'all always got to look at it differently. So if my wife wasn't doing anything wrong, then me saying, hey, honey, some dude just slipped me a note and said you were texting somebody. Give me your phone. She should just giggle and go, I was talking to my brother, Sean.
Right.
But if she was doing something wrong, she'd be like, oh, you ain't looking in my phone. So if it kind of goes back to why be mad at a cop if you got nothing to hide in your car?
Yeah, that's true.
If you got nothing to hide, then there's no big deal. Laugh about it. But I would damn sure like to know. I'd feel like a big chump to find out 6 months later that I didn't know.
I don't know. It's a complete stranger. It'd be different if it was your friend.
Oh, really? I would rather know from a complete stranger so I don't have to see him for the rest of my life to remind me how stupid I was for not knowing what my wife was doing behind my back.
She may not be doing anything, though.
But what if? If she was, wouldn't you want to know?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm all like...
It's a double standard. You want to look at it from two different directions, but if she was doing something wrong, don't you think you should know?
I'd want to know.
Okay.
Right.
So then how you found out is irrelevant to the fact that they were doing something wrong.
No.
How is that a no? If your old man was sitting there with you at a baseball game and was texting some hooker about how you were an idiot and he can't wait to be away from you, and some other woman looking over y'all's shoulder saw it and slipped you a note, would you not be happy that you found out?
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying, you don't know who that person is sitting with. It may not. It may be brother.
But if it is, but if it ain't a big deal, you would just giggle about it.
Right. That's true.
So unless you were doing something wrong, or in your case, he would be doing something wrong. So unless he was doing something wrong, it would just be something to laugh at later and go on the way home. You're like, can you believe that person thought you would? You would giggle about it.
Right.
But if that was truly happening, wouldn't you want to know? Yeah. I wouldn't care how I found out, as long as I found out.
Well, everybody seems to be supporting this guy, so kudos to him.
I'm just saying, you just have to kind of look at it from a different perspective instead of thinking, oh, that's an invasion of privacy. Well, what about the hooker that's blowing your old man? Isn't that a big deal? Right. I mean, isn't that a big deal?
Right.
That would be more of a big deal than somebody eavesdropping.
Somebody just posted, if the guy did it for the right reason, he would have never posted on Facebook. If the girl's innocent, now she's blasted all over Facebook.
Yeah, but if she's innocent, she laughs about it.
And names aren't mentioned.
No names are mentioned. So how is she blasted? She is not blasted.
Yeah.
A female is blasted, but there's no she. Her name's not mentioned. And the only way somebody would know who the person is if the girl goes and starts telling people.
Correct.
Which then makes you look like an idiot.
Correct.
Because then you have to defend whether you really were texting a brother or some other dude. And what if she was sitting with her husband and texting the husband's best friend?
Yeah.
And what if the husband's best friend was married? Now we got 4 people in the middle of this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of what ifs.
The guy was doing what he thought was right. That's the bottom line.
Yep.
And let me tell you, coming from the guy that got cheated on, when I went and talked to my old neighbor one time and I said, Miss Sarah, me and Melissa split up, and she goes, I wondered why I hadn't seen her around in a while. And I said, well, I caught her cheating. There was this dude I knew that was coming over every day, apparently, and was leaving right before I got home. She goes, I thought that was your brother. He looked just like you, but I do know he left every day before you got home. I said, and you never thought to mention that to me. Well, I didn't think nothing was wrong. I wish she would have said one day, I wish she would have said, I see your brother here every day. I wish she would have told me. Because let me tell you, I would rather have laughed and told her that she was incorrect than to be mad because for 6 months she didn't tell me.
For being played. Yeah.
For being played.
Yeah.
Listen, man, sometimes bad news is still better than not knowing.
Yeah. Now, we had this guy, I'm not going to mention any names, that would come into the bar and hit on all these girls because him and his wife were having problems. And if I was working, I'd call him out in a heartbeat. Hey, how's your wife?
Right.
How's the baby? He'd get so mad at me. I was like, look, dude, no. If you don't want to be with your wife, get divorced. But don't come up here sleazing.
Yeah, because one day the wife's going to walk in and eventually somebody who works there is going to be held accountable because the wife's going to be like, you knew about me and I thought you were my friend.
Right.
And then you're going to be blasted as that stupid bartender that watched it.
Right.
Go ahead. You got something else. I see it on your face.
Yeah. Well, this one, this is about a break-in. Galloway, New Jersey. Police say a deer burst through the front doors of a New Jersey home, darted through the residence, and ransacked the master bathroom. Galloway police say received a 911 call at 3:30 p.m. Saturday from a woman reporting that a deer ran through her house while she was putting sweet potatoes in the oven.
Did he stop and get a bite?
The woman said she followed the deer into the back of the house and locked it in the bathroom. Responding officers found the
safe. What the hell? You're going to lock a live deer in your bathroom to destroy your bathroom. I would have left the door to the bathroom open and went and opened the front door and the back door. Come on.
Responding officers found the glass on the front storm door shattered. They also found the frame on the main door damaged, indicating that the deer muscled its way.
Muscled. I smell them sweet taters.
I'm sorry.
At least she didn't go get a gun and blast it in her bathroom in blood.
She would have been charged for shooting out a season.
Oh my God. No, she would have gotten the breaking and entering.
No, she'd have got charged. I don't think you have guns in New Jersey, can you? I don't think you can.
I shot him. Somebody was breaking and entering. Dear God, I had to shoot him. And he's like, dear God. It was a deer, lady.
It's just funny how the guy that's writing this reported and said they also found the frame on the main door damaged, indicating that the deer muscled its way through the doors to enter the home.
We saw a Visa check card laying there. We think he swiped the door lock.
After a brief standoff.
A standoff with a deer. You better come out of there. Come out of there with your hooves up.
The deer walks. Don't shoot.
Rudolph, we ain't playing no more of your reindeer game.
Don't shoot. I'm out of season. Don't shoot.
I dropped my antlers.
After a brief standoff, police escorted the deer from the home and released it into the wild.
I'm telling you, sir, you keep walking for them woods and you don't look back or I'm going to have to put one in you.
The bathroom was significantly damaged. No charges were filed. No charges were filed.
Oh, that is too funny.
That is crazy.
That is too funny.
Yeah, no charges were filed. So that's
And where was this? New Jersey?
In New Jersey.
Remind me never to vacation there.
I don't think you
Who
can
vacations there anyways.
I don't think you can carry weapons in New Jersey. I think they're banned. I think it's either New York or New Jersey. I can't remember.
Oh, I don't think it's New York.
Rocket fans cheer as a porta potty blast off.
What?
Three Oaks, Michigan. Mission accomplished. A group of rocket enthusiasts launched a porta potty into the sky Saturday in southwestern Michigan. It made an arc and almost landed on a Spectra's pickup truck over 2,000. On a spectator's pickup truck 2,000 feet away. A group of Michiana Rocketry Club members planned the project for more than 2 years. The club is trying to increase its awareness of rocketry and as a hobby and prove it's possible to turn a porta potty into a rocket and launch it successfully.
You're kidding me.
No. So there was people watching because the pickup truck was parked more than 2,000 feet away. So they had onlookers. Hey, buddy, you want to go down there and watch this porta potty go to hell?
Y'all watch this. Y'all watch
Yeah,
this.
famous last word. Watch this, Daddy. The Herald Palladium newspaper says a liftoff occurred in a soybean field near the Three Oaks in Berrien County. About 30 people worked on the rocket, from engineers to salespeople who lined up as sponsors. Rocket enthusiast Bob Bycraft says it was carefully planned. He says it wasn't a barnyard engineering. So
but it was in a soy field.
It was in a soy field, which they did it the proper procedure. They took it. They did it pretty far away, but an arc can almost hit somebody's truck. So that's
Could you imagine the insurance claim on the truck?
Yeah.
What exactly the insurance adjuster?
Sorry, what happened? This is Geico. I think somebody hit my truck with a porta potty. Oh, how did it hit it, sir? Did you drive it or back into it? No, it come out of the air. Excuse me, sir. Are you drunk? No, it was high. You're high? No. They said it went over 2,000 feet up. Oh, so it fell off like a hill or something? No, they shot it in the air. The hell,
Denied.
Khakis.
Now that would be hideous.
All right. And for all you elderly bingo players, in New Mexico, a 70-year-old New Mexico woman banned from bingo hall is fighting to get back into
Bingo!
the game.
Oh, sorry. Bingo was his name.
Evangeline Sheldon of Almorgado, New Mexico.
Wait. I'm a ghetto.
Almorgado or Almorgado.
I'm playing bingo
Gordo.
down there
Almorgado.
in the ghetto.
Almogordo.
Oh, she's been banned.
Yeah. Has
I've been
asked.
banned from the ghetto bingo.
Yeah. She's asked the New Mexico Attorney General's office for help since she was banned 2 years ago from playing her favorite game at the Fraternal Order of Eagles Club.
Bingo. Oh my God. The Fraternal Order of Bingo in the ghetto.
She says management banished her after telling her they received letters from people accusing her of driving erratically into the parking lot. Sheldon denies the accusation. The club declined to comment. The Attorney General's office says it didn't have jurisdiction over the club and couldn't force it to allow Sheldon to play. So,
couldn't she just play somewhere else?
Yeah, they got them at Walmart. You can buy your own.
Any church on any corner has bingo.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's hilarious.
But yeah, she's banned from playing bingo. So
she can come to PBG. We have bingo every Wednesday night.
Yeah, and here's another thing. People talking about it all the time. Having to deliver massive stuff. Baby weighing nearly 14 pounds is born in Colorado. In Alamosa, Colorado, a woman in southern Colorado was surprised when she gave birth to a baby girl who tipped the scales at almost 14 pounds. Mia.
14 pounds?
14 pounds.
That's a toddler.
Mia Yasmin Hernandez was born by a cesarean section Monday in Alamosa.
I would hope cesarean.
By weighing 13 pounds, 13 ounces. She was flown to she missed it by the pound by 3 ounces.
It's not a largemouth bath, Bubba.
She was flown to a hospital outside of Denver because she had low glucose levels and trouble breathing. Her father says she's doing well and the family hopes to take her home soon. In Denver reports her mother, Alicia Hernandez, was expecting a 7-pound baby. Mia's father, Francisco Garcia, says the newborn size shocked everyone, including the hospital staff. He says they were like, whoa. They open their eyes like they've never seen a baby like that. 4 older sisters are welcoming Mia Garcia, says the mother announced, "I'm done."
Oh, I bet. Bing! But that's
Turkey's done.
Gestational diabetes will do to a baby.
Hot pocket.
Good God.
I know someone that had a 12-pound little boy.
Oh, God almighty.
Natural.
I
No
have,
epidural.
I have trouble giving birth to a 2-pound.
Hey, I'm telling you, that do be. Hey, let's shoot off the commercial, everybody. We'll be right back. It's just for fun in the morning. Hey, did you know that?
Yes.
I'm just saying. I'm just making sure you knew that. Here, we'll play this song dedicated to the big baby. We'll be right back.
Hoops up. And you know the twins died.
Yeah.
Rob's Performance in Conyers is your one-stop shop for your total car and truck needs, servicing all makes and models, foreign and domestic, oil change, tune-ups, brakes, shocks, AC work. Rob does it all, and he'll beat any competitor's prices. Rob's Auto Performance also does all types of paint and body repair, upholstery, custom wheels and tires, and lift kits. Call Rob's Performance at 770-388-9545 and online at robsautoperformance.com. Sun City Tanning, specializing in making you look good and feel great for any occasion. Sun City offers traditional sunbed tanning, custom sunless tanning, and skin rejuvenation therapy. Sun City Tanning carries Australian Gold, Swedish Beauty, Designer Skin, and California Tan. Their qualified staff will help you choose the best tanning package and products for your individual needs. With 9 Metro Atlanta locations, there's a Sun City Tanning near you. Visit suncitytanningsalon.com.
DJ Scotty here. Do you have someone taking care of your landscaping? I promise you, Southeastern Land Care is the specialist you need to call. He started taking care of my yard. It looks amazing. I promise you, for your business or your personal yard, there's nothing better than a great front entrance. When they come in and they see your place looking great, they know you mean business. So make sure you get a hold of Southeastern Land Care. The number 678-229-7699. I promise you, they are the best around. Southeastern Land Care.
Right.
She's nice, just letting it all hang out.
She's one of those that get that in. I pull my child out and follow us.
I like little stuff.
But it's all in my school.
Ain't holding nothing back. She's a bread.
That's why I'm with my
Well, look together, everybody knows this is how the story goes. She knows she's got everything that a woman needs to get a man. Yeah, yeah. How can she lose the suit she used?
Hey, you want to read this thing on the chimpanzee?
She knows he looked that wrong.
Just letting it all hang out. She's a bread. Now, like ladies, that's a fact. Ain't holding nothing back. Oh, she's a bread. Yeah, she's the one, the only one, built like an Amazon. Suppose she
In the first case of its kind, New York Appeals Court rejected on Thursday animal rights advocate bids to extend legal personhood to chimpanzees, saying that primates are incapable of bearing the responsibilities that come with having legal rights. Basically, they can't fundamentally be.
But someone actually filed the court.
Wanting to give monkeys.
Charlie Kent, who lives alone, he said when I found this picture, that is the law was not possible for him to understand the contract of mine
yeah, she's minding my time. Just letting it all hang out. House. Yeah, she's
Sick now now.
Oh, I got a funny as hell story.
Do you? House. I forgot videos running. I'm over here singing along, looking like a dummy. All right, everybody, we are back for more. What time we at? We're at 9:52. It's going slow this morning.
Speaking of stupid people, Tacoma, Washington. A Washington State man is accused of swapping furniture with his neighbors while they were away.
Like a prank?
Now,
No.
listen. As soon as it's over, I got 2 stories for you. So let's not move to a different topic.
The News Tribune reports the Lakewood man who's a friend is accused of helping him. Pleaded not guilty Wednesday to charges of residential burglary. Court papers say a couple who returned to their apartment Monday found their love seat, matching chair, and other belongings gone. A recliner and TV stand were left in their place. Information on a traffic ticket and pizza receipt pointed to the neighbor. The man told police he thought a couple had moved and abandoned their furniture. Police say he told them he was drunk when he decided to switch furniture, calling his buddy for help. So basically, he thought they had abandoned him and abandoned the apartment.
Brian's keeping a straight face.
and just went and got
Molested.
The sidekick just was dry humping his arm for anybody that was not watching video. And Brian just kept going. Mr. Professional just kept going. Then the sidekick kisses his, oh, no, don't come over to me. Oh,
You're so professional.
Oh, he kissed me too. What's wrong with you? Well, you can kiss her.
But
hell, she needs one. Could you kiss her a little lower?
But basically, he told the police that he thought that the people had moved, and he went in there and took their furniture.
That's crazy.
Well, here's 3 stories now that you said that. So my daughter, I tell everybody that has an iPhone, put the app on it that says Find My Phone, because my daughter and the guy she was dating, he was leaving his dorm. He was moving out of the dorm. So they go in there. They think they're only going to carry 1 more box to the car. So my daughter leaves her phone sitting there. Then they end up deciding to drive off and get something to eat, thinking we'll be back in 15 minutes, no big deal. And they're right there at Oxford and 278. So they get back to the dorm. My daughter's phone's gone. They find they turn on the app to Find My Phone. They see it walking, moving slowly through the college, then down to 278. They're following it. They end up following the guy back to the library. By the time the guy realizes he's being followed, he leaves it in the men's bathroom. That's how they find the phone. He once was questioned, was saying that he thought they had left, so he was just getting it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. You broke into the room next door to you because you thought they left it, but you broke into the room to get it. Secondly, dealing with apartment complexes, everybody knows apartments are kind of like hotels, meaning usually the wall that divides the two, the 2 doors, the one on the left is laid out as the left setup, and the one on the right's the right setup. So they're kind of like opposites, but the living room walls touch. Well, one apartment complex we had to go work at, the 2 sliding glass doors to the deck was right side by side. Well, in between the 2 was their air conditioning units. The guy living on the right side took the electrical wires out of the left side and just swapped it, and was keeping his air condition down at like 65.
So the neighbor was getting the bill.
So the neighbor was a Delta flight assistant. Being a flight assistant, she wasn't home a lot and couldn't figure out why she kept getting $300 bills. And she's like, I'm not even home that much. So they call us, being the electrician, to come out and figure out what's going on. What's going on? Come to find out, we went outside and his outside unit had been taken off of his apartment and wired to her apartment. Just switched the power source to the outside compressor and was running it good. Boy, his air was good and cold. And the neighbor was having to pay for it. And this went on for like 6 months before they figured it out.
So did they get him for theft?
No.
Really? Because they couldn't prove he did it.
They couldn't prove he did it. They said, he says, well, I've never touched that. And there's no proof he did.
And she had to pay those bills.
And she had to pay those bills. She says she's going to fight it with the apartment complex to make them pay for it, which she could legally. She can make the apartment complex reimburse her, but it's just one of those things. And how about this? So this other guy I know lived in a trailer park. Well, when you used to go into the trailer park at the entrance, you go up to the top of the hill, and at the top of the hill, it split left and right. And this guy had a double wide right there in front of you. And to the left of his double wide was the mailboxes. And they had this huge, I mean, they were talking 1,500 trailers in this trailer park. They had this mailbox area that was like 20 foot by 10 foot, had an awning over it, and lights. Keyword lights. So he ends up buying this double wide that they say was the maintenance man's at one time. Well, he kept getting these weird bills, and he'd already lived there like 5 years and never thought about it. We kept getting his weird bills. He told Walton EMC, I ain't paying the bill. So he didn't. They turned the power off. Well, then everybody started raising Cain, wanting to know why the lights in the mailbox wasn't working no more. Come to find out, all those years he lived there, he was paying for all the lights that shined on the mailbox area, all the security lights that lit up the front entrance signs, everything had been coming off this dude Albert's house. He had been paying the bill to light everything and didn't even know. He'd already lived there like 5, 6, 8 years, and the dude had been paying all that. Now, how crazy is that?
No.
Brian, you just thinking about it, huh?
Hello.
I mean, you were just talking about swapping, and that's what made me think about it.
Bueller, are you there?
What
would you do? What would you do if you found out that you've been misbilled for 5 years for electricity that belonged to a complex
and somebody else, and you can't prove it? There's not a thing you can do about it.
The only thing you can prove is when you go outside and looked on the side of his deck, there was a disconnect box with a photo eye, and he never questioned what it was. And I'm telling you, it ran all the security lights
for 5 years.
For 5 years or more.
I wonder how much that would add up to.
There's no telling. I mean, because you got to figure under this awning was like 6 foot fluorescents, the dual tube fluorescents, and then you had some 300-watt halogens that were shining up on the sign and down in the road, and you got to figure that to me that would at least have to be $20 a month,
easy, for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Darn.
So just take 20 a month. Well, even if you just said 10 a month, that's 120 a year times 5 years. And he didn't get 1 penny back.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because, you'd have to fight it and all the other crap that takes place. What else you got?
What is the stupidest thing you could steal?
What is the stupidest thing you could
My heart. I'm just saying.
No, the guy behind me.
A condom. Stealing a condom.
The guy behind you texted and said you were doing that. So
going to jail for stealing a condom would be pretty bad.
Farmington Hills, Michigan. A Michigan man says his family's 5,000-pound footbridge has been recovered after being stolen from his property in suburban Detroit.
So it just like walked over a creek?
Robert Cortras filed a police report Wednesday saying that a 40-foot bridge made of steel and wood was stolen from his property in Farmington Hills. Cortez says he discovered the bridge was missing when he stopped by his property near 8 Mile Road with plans to move the bridge this week. He planned to step it up at his catering business for taking wedding photos. Cortez says the bridge has a sentimental value because his father built it decades ago. The Detroit News says police on Thursday found the bridge undamaged in Bellevue, about 20 miles south of where it was disappeared. There's no suspects.
What? Unless they're going to.
How in the hell do you steal a 5,000-pound, 40-foot bridge and nobody seen you or heard you do this?
40 foot. That's like the size of a bus, right? Like
it's longer than this house.
Like a school bus.
Yeah.
Oh, longer than this house?
Yeah, 40 foot.
Or this room. I don't know that.
This room is probably what, 35 somewhere in this. Weighing over 5,000 pounds. You just didn't put it on the back of a tow truck.
Maybe he got drunk and moved it and forgot.
Something don't sound.
Something's fishy on that one.
Something don't smell good in Denmark there.
That's crazy.
And listen to this. Speaking of thieves, flag stolen in 1976 was mailed back to New Hampshire. Manchester, New Hampshire. A bicentennial American flag was stolen nearly 40 years ago from a park, has been returned by a remorseful thief. The flag was stolen in 1976 while the Weston Observatory in Manchester was being repaired. Someone climbed the scaffolding and snatched the flag at night, causing an uproar in the community. This was 40 years ago. Now,
really? So they heard about Cosby's, huh? They
Yep.
go back in time.
the flag was recently mailed back to the Manchester Historic Association from Arizona with a note apologizing. The guy said, "A flawed son of Manchester. I regretted having done this for many years, and I apologize for the selfishness," the thief wrote. "I have taken care to preserve the flag until I could return it so that it may assume its place as part of Manchester's heritage. The association hopes to keep the flag and put it display back in its display, or possibly return it to the observatory." Who knows who it was who did this, but we're just thankful to have it back, said Jeff Barklow, acting director of the association. So
That's crazy.
a
40 years
remorseful
later.
thief.
I'm just saying, look, when I was in the third grade, something happened. I'm going to get even. I'm getting even, damn it. If everybody else can go back,
Al Bundy here rented a book and he didn't return it, didn't you?
I did get chased. I got charged $8 one time for this Indian book that I kept written in the third grade at Farrington over there in the Lithonia, Decatur area. I'm pissed. And I'm going to file a lawsuit. I want my $8 back because I was wrongfully something.
It was naked Indians.
What?
You just said you kept the book.
No, I kept it too long. I had to keep paying late fees. They got the book back and they took my money.
Next time, turn it in on time and you won't have to pay.
I was reading it. I'm dyslexic and I'm a slow reader, fool. I'm suing because it's just not right. I got to catch this. Y'all go keep going.
You get your daddy have to read your diploma to you, something like that. You know? But could you imagine? Can you imagine stealing something 40 years ago and then be so upset and so ticked off that you're like, you know, and upset with yourself that you finally just say, you know what, I've got to return this. I have that much guilt on me. So if he stole it in 1976, let's just say he was a 16, 17, 18-year-old punk. So he's got to be in his late 50s, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I don't know, but all I'm going to say is you hush and you hush. Sidekick's taking over. I'm on medication. I'm fixing to have surgery here in about an hour. So I'm taking over. Anybody that doesn't like it, Come on. Give me something funny. Come on.
Give you something funny.
Hey, there was a 65-year-old overdue book returned to the Washington Library.
Not funny enough. Give me something funny.
$475 fine.
Did Al Bundy pay it?
I don't know.
Not funny enough. Give me something funny.
Give you something funny. Did you hear about the story about the deer?
What deer?
The deer that broke into the woman's house.
That sounds like it could be funny. Tell me.
They had a brief standoff.
Brief
standoff. Was SWAT team called out?
The police were called out. This deer ran through her front door.
Time out. Police were called out for basically a hostage negotiation with a deer.
Yes.
Yes.
That is really funny.
It was locked in her. She locked him in the bathroom.
So wait a minute. So she should be going to jail for holding a deer
For
hostage.
kidnapping?
Exactly. That's kidnapping. That's false imprisonment. I mean, I know it's a deer, but Bambi has rights too.
But Bambi muscled his way into the house, so that's home invasion.
That's burglary.
This is just in. Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are making
cares
their
about
way.
those two
They're
losers?
making their way there
Forget them two
for the deer.
For the rights of the deer. Watch out for Gloria Allridge. She's gonna sue the homeowner.
Yeah, she's doing some anti.
The deer was an animal of color, so it makes sense that Al Sharpton would be out there.
But
y'all just don't know what to do with the sidekick on medication and taking over just for fun. See what happens when Scotty gets up, people? The sidekick takes over.
Oh, goodness gracious.
But no, that was basically it. The deer ran through her front door while she was cooking. Yeah, and ran into her bathroom. She ran to the bathroom and locked the door while he was in there, and he did a lot of damage to her bathroom.
Look,
she called the police.
You gotta go. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
She called the police. The police come.
I think I'm fixing to be kicked out.
They escorted the deer out of the home, and they said there was no charges filed. So,
Yeah, get away from me. You got up. Sidekick took over.
Go ahead.
So,
okay, so let's recap. We have a deer that committed burglary.
No, home invasion.
Home invasion.
Home invasion.
Well, technically, it'd be considered burglary because they broke into the house.
Forceful entry.
Forceful entrance.
Then you got a woman who
Forceful entry.
false imprisonment of a deer. kidnapping, and the cops were called out, and there was essentially a standoff with this deer.
Yes.
Yes.
Am I the only one that sees another movie being made about this?
Yes.
I need a ambulance. There's a deer in my bathroom.
It was on
I need an ambulance.
It's in New Jersey, so
Bambi 2, Bambi's Revenge. Coming to theaters soon.
Yeah.
So it was a Jersey deer.
Oh, Lord.
That's
as long
like
as they didn't go into the bathroom.
that's
the
like
deer
getting-
sitting there fist bumping.
that's like getting hit by a South
Was
Central deer.
Did the deer steal anything? No, he just used all my hair gel. No, go away! No! No!
Yeah. Go get your seat over there.
Oh my gosh.
Gourd head.
Did I hear something about you being off meds?
What? Who?
No.
Off your
I
meds?
can't hear.
Sidekick.
There's some white headphones right
They're
there.
not plugged
Go
in.
sit next to Brian then.
I don't want to. He's sexy. I might molest him.
Well, then
You already have.
plug those
Oh,
in.
no, that wasn't molesting what I did.
Brian didn't enjoy it, so it wasn't
Don't
considered.
shoot. Don't shoot.
Yes. Don't you?
Put your hands up.
Put your hands up.
How's
Put your
that?
hands up. Put your hands
It's Sidekick. You should assist Brian in doing some birthdays real quick.
Yeah, you got the one you just sent me from Brian. For Brian,
Right.
the wrestler.
Yeah, and then there's a Matt Justice. He's a wrestler. No, Brian's the rapper from Arizona.
Uh-huh.
Matt's the wrestler.
It's Christmas.
Caucasian?
You actually make money doing that?
Is the rapper Caucasian?
Not this one.
Oh, that rapper's not Caucasian? I was fixing to go, ah! I was fixing to be funny with everything, but you can't be funny if it's an African-American rapper, because that makes sense.
He's got a song called Neck Brace.
Neck
What?
brace.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna use that on an insurance commercial.
Oh,
kid. New chick.
And speaking of, you've seen the new the guy. I got $1. What's the commercial? State Farm. It's
All right,
called.
man. We'll see you.
It's
Oh, yeah, I got
I get you.
Bye-bye.
I got you $1.
Oh,
It's-
you gotta be quicker than that.
It's called Racist Farm.
All right. So
Have you seen it?
No.
Racist farm.
It's a white guy who's going around and he's hanging out with all his black friends and stuff, and he does all the backward stuff, and he goes Racist Farm, and the guy clicks his, this is my friend, don't worry about
Right.
him. He meant to say this and this, and it just turns it around. I thought it was kind of funny. It's called Racist Farm.
wow. So Jacob, if I'm correct, it's the wrestler's birthday. Is that right? I need you to let me know that ASA.
Yeah, but
I believe he just, yeah.
he said it was Brian.
No, that's the rapper.
Is it okay?
Matt Justice is the wrestler, but I believe it's the wrestler's birthday. So he wanted you to call. Now, I don't know how good this is going to work as a disgruntled viewer.
What am I? Where you just call, hey, you kicked my butt last week and I didn't appreciate it.
I don't know, but it would have been
Just
his
tell me-
birthday. We can just have a prank on just his birthday.
Ooh, Brian or
Matt Justice is the wrestler, and I think it's his birthday.
I
That's
believe
what
it's his birthday too.
that's what Jacob was saying earlier today.
You know something? I'd just like to say this chair over here stinks. I had more fun in that chair.
Oh, I was going to say if it stinks, then I don't know what to tell you.
No, I just had more fun over there.
Yes.
yes, Matt.
Somebody talk.
It's Matt's
This is a
birthday.
radio
It's
show.
Matt's birthday.
It's Matt's birthday.
So you calling him now?
Yeah.
I'll let Sidekick kick in. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Jacob, if you'll quit typing where I could see those numbers. I'm trying to read them and he keeps typing. He types like, listen, Jacob and my wife are the only people I know that will, in a message, instead of typing a sentence, it'll be like, yes, click. Now it's click,
Yeah.
send, click, zip, click. Make a sentence, man. Make a sentence. So, yes, it's his birthday, and he just did it again. I'm trying to like read it, and it keeps flipping up.
Dun dun dun.
All right, let's call. This is Matt. Just do the birthday. I don't want to prank him because he don't know about us, and we don't know enough information about him. Just be Timmy, and
If I find a
and
funny
bring
moment to chime in, I will chime
be
in.
Timmy and bring up. And I heard you're a wrestler. Could you hold me down for the count of 3?
Okay.
I mean, why not? We don't have nothing else.
And he's an NWA wrestler, so this is gonna go over like a fart in church.
Yeah. We have no idea if he's got a day job.
Apparently, he's like, no way.
Yeah, that went over really good. He just hung straight up on us.
Yeah.
Well. Here.
Jesus, bro, Jacob, I'm gonna strangle you. Hello. Golly. Now he's calling us back.
You threaten physical violence.
Okay, this is Matt.
I guess. And I think that time Matt tried to call us back. Jacob's got us in a mess here. This guy's gonna hunt us down and kill us.
Hello?
Oh my God, is this Matt?
Yeah, this is Matt.
Hey Matt, this is Timmy. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Are you this is Matt the wrestler, right?
Yeah.
I'm one of your biggest fans.
Okay, appreciate it.
I love watching you wrestle with those guys. It makes me all sweaty and hot. I just love it. Is today your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you mind if I sing happy birthday to you? Because you're my biggest fan, my biggest wrestling fan. I love you. I love you in this tights. Can I sing happy birthday to you?
I thought it was the radio show.
No, this is Timmy. I usually work the radio show, but I just thought I'd call you on the side.
No, I can't talk to nobody bad, you know. Got a woman.
It'll be just for fun radio.
Who?
Just for fun.
Apparently that was a real quick. Okay, gotta go.
That is funny. So he knew that we were calling, but he didn't have a clue.
You just broke his heart. You thought he had a fan.
No, he was real quick to say he's got a female.
And you say, I'm not a female. It's okay.
I mean, he's got a female. He thought he had a fan.
Jacob ain't typing nothing now. You know you got us in some crap. That's what it is.
Go to Brian. Go to Brian.
One more. If he hangs up, he hangs up.
He may start cussing.
Oh well, Jacob, you better call him now.
Yeah, Jacob.
I told you pranking him was probably not going to be the thing to do.
No.
Okay, so Brian is the rap guy, and the problem is he clean? I mean, is he going to land blast us and start cussing? That's the problem.
They see me mowing.
I'm fixing to hit the end button. You ready, Timmy, or whoever?
Mm-hmm. That's him.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up, dog? Hey, this is this T-Mac, man. What's happening? Hey,
What's happening?
Look, man, you do some beat drops for me if I come out there, man.
You said I what?
Can you do some beat drops for me if I come out there?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, look, I got this new song called Happy Birthday. It's cool, man. Let me sing it for you, can? You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo. Yo. Check 1 2 1 2. Check. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Brian. Happy birthday to you. What you think, man?
Good luck, man. We gotta put that on wax ASAP. That's a platinum hit.
You know that stuff.
Yeah, out here, man.
I'm going to put it on a pimp cup. It's going to say, yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's how. Say what? That's how we do it here in the ATL, man.
Spirit, man. I miss home, man. I gotta come back out there, man. I'll be back. I'm probably gonna be back in Atlanta in January.
But you know what? You'll have to come check me out, man, just for fun. You know what I'm saying? This damn cat, man. Damn, man. Go get your cat, fool. Stupid damn cat.
Man, leave my cat alone.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, you don't go get this cat, man. We're gonna be having some cat. Hey man, let me hit some of that for you. Hey man, what'd you get?
Yeah,
That?
though. I'm be in Riverdale. I'm gonna stay in Clayco. I'm gonna stay in Riverdale.
Man, you don't want to go to Riverdale. They'll be shooting people down there, man.
Man, that's where I lived there for a long time, man.
Oh man, you need to go back to Stewart Avenue, man, where all the hoes
I've
be,
been there.
man. Hey man, you gonna come hang out when we smoke us one, man?
Got you, man. I got you. Period.
We'll roll one, man. Walker, me and Walker sitting here, man. Me and DJ Southern Bread, we all homie, man. We be all together, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
we be holding it down. We be holding it
that's
down. We been. But hey, man, look. You know what? It's just for fun.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely gonna come through there.
You gonna come?
Yeah.
You gonna see me at Just for Fun Radio?
Yeah, but I got you, man. I got you. Just Fun Radio. I got y'all, man. I'll be there. Period. That's the first place I'm gonna have to stop, man. Period. As soon as I touch down, cause I gotta hit the ground running, man. Period.
Well, look, man, Jacob. I don't know if you remember Jacob. Jacob put us up to trying to prank you today, giving you this phone call.
Oh man, y'all prank me, man.
You're live on the radio.
Yeah, you're live. This is Just for Fun Radio.
Man.
We're right here in outside of Atlanta. We're in Conyers. But yeah, Jacob was saying, man, you got to call this guy. You got to call this guy. So he had us try to prank up on you.
I kept trying to get DJ
Man,
Scotty
good
to get
look,
some gunshot sounds going off here. Like a drive-by. It just went down.
I don't know what the fuck y'all do, man.
There it is. He dropped the F-bomb.
My bad.
Remember, we're live.
My bad, man.
And I almost didn't catch it. Sidekick pointed it out. You should have pointed it out.
I just got this image of, remember that old show Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Yeah.
We need like sirens that go off.
Well, I almost didn't catch it, but Sidekick pointed it out to make sure everybody heard it.
Hey, I'm on medication. Leave me alone.
So, all right, man. Well, look, if we'll get Jacob to send you some more information as well. But if you do make it back around on this side of town, man, holla at us and maybe you can come in.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. January, I'm gonna definitely be in town.
Well, look,
so
yeah.
I'll get it from him.
Yeah, because look, we're right here in Conyers. So you can go to Just for Fun, www.justforfunradio. Make sure you type in the number 4, not the letter, the spelling it out. And we're on
just the number 4
funradio.com. And we're also on YouTube. You can go to YouTube Just for Fun, and you can watch this live on YouTube as we pranked you. So. But definitely when you're in town, man, definitely get up with us. I'm fixing to, I'll send you my personal cell phone here in just a second. You can get in touch with us.
He's fixing to go on YouTube, get the video of us pranking him, put it on his Facebook page, and go, them crazy crackers in Atlanta, he messing with
That's the first thing I'll do it.
That's
go
right.
right on my Facebook, man. Let's go right on Facebook.
That's right. Always. Everything's right on Facebook.
So, Brian, where are you living at now?
I'm actually in Phoenix now. I'm in Arizona right now.
Did you live in Phoenix?
Yeah, I live in Phoenix.
Well, let me ask you a question. As big as Atlanta is for the rap capital of the world, why would you go back to Phoenix?
My mother lives here. I had to come help my mom for a little second, but
speaking of
run.
This is Reverend Al Sharp, and I'll be out there in just a minute.
Run, fool, run!
He's trying to give us some story about I'm out there helping my mom, and then the cops come driving by.
Here come Debo, man. Here come Debo. Put your jewelry up.
Debo.
Damn! All right, bro. We got another phone call coming in, so man, I'll text you in just a second here, okay?
Yep.
All right, bro.
Happy birthday.
See you.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks, y'all.
All right.
Thanks.
Oh my God,
That was hilarious.
that was
That really
hilarious.
was.
Run, buddy, run. Run.
That was
Forrest.
absolutely
One time,
hilarious.
run!
Oh my God. That was great. So, you want to try Matt, the wrestler back?
No.
Hell
Whatever.
Nah.
That boy ain't playing.
No.
Jacob's got to send him a message like, "Hey man, that was a prank." I told you, I knew. I was like, pranking him is probably not gonna be good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm practicing my Jabba the Hutt, for when the movie comes out.
I'm going to be like Jabba the Hutt here in a little bit. See, Scotty's going to take this as a
Wait,
perfect
explain to me
video.
why you're here.
They cannot start the surgery until you are there. Until my driver
I'm
is
not
there.
staying there.
Oh yeah.
They can't start it until the driver.
Dude,
is
I
there.
got somewhere I'm supposed to be.
Once I'm out, it'll take only a few minutes.
Damn, man.
But they will not start. They're knocking me out.
Brian, go get the hammer. We can do it
Cutting
right
the
now.
tooth out of. No, I've already paid, so I got to go up there.
Damn, dude. Like I had lunch. I'm supposed to be somewhere. All right. Well,
So Scotty's going to view this as a perfect YouTube, Facebook video opportunity.
I'm gonna push your dumb ass down.
The sidekick coming out of anesthesia. This is gonna be like a perfect.
But the problem
wiretap
is
video.
they're gonna have to keep, man. This ain't gonna be as quick as you think, because you're gonna have to sit there until you wake up, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's IV anesthesia. He said I'll be up as soon as they pull me out.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's real quick. He said it's got a really bad abscess and they can't numb it or use gas on it. It wouldn't kill the pain. Try to get it out.
That worked.
I already had some of that today.
Only you.
All right. Well, look, it's 10:23. We're gonna go ahead and cut it because I got to get him up there to the dentist.
Apparently.
Yep.
Everybody's been just for fun. Thanks for putting up with this. It was just another manic Monday. You know, it was a weird morning. It was just this typical around here on Monday because we never really have a whole lot planned
And you
because we never
what's
know.
gonna happen.
That's right. We never know what's
Like,
going to
did
happen.
you honestly expect this morning when you got here that the sidekick would take over just for fun for a couple of minutes?
No, I did not. I did not.
But it worked.
I don't know if it worked. It happened.
You wasn't even listening, fool. You was on.
It happened. Well, I had something to take care of. My girl was at school dealing with a bunch of stuff. All right, everybody's just fun in the morning. We're going to roll up out of here.
You know what? In honor of
Anything for tomorrow? Anything?
In
I will
honor
not
of
be
the
here.
rapper from Arizona and our lovely wannabe gangster over here that prank called him, play White and Nerdy to go out.
White and Nerdy.
Yeah, I will.
That's the perfect
How about this?
exit song.
Donna's not going to be here tomorrow. Where are you going to be tomorrow? Sidekick, are you working?
If I can go back after surgery, I got to call our safety department and make
Right.
sure
So if
I don't have to be out X amount of
Okay.
time after that.
So
if I'm not,
if not, you can be here.
I can come and take over again.
Well, I don't know about come and take over, but you can come and sit in because Donna won't be here.
Yeah.
So I can
We'll need
come.
somebody.
I have your permission.
Shut up! Don't say that word again.
You said I can come.
That's not what you said.
Yes, it is. I can come. I can come. Everybody can
Would
come.
you shut up?
You say it
Quit
all.
saying
No, you say it all the time.
It's-
Everybody, all they have to do is call you, and they can come.
But it's what you're insinuating, and everybody knows what you're insinuating.
I'm insinuating coming to the show.
Okay.
That's what you always say. Just give me a call. We need guests. Call me and come. I mean,
Hello. All right, I'm shutting up. Everybody,
That's
here's
it.
White and Nerdy. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Later.
This goes out to every white guy out there.
I really wasn't trying to insinuate anything.
But the way you said it, white.
I caught it the second time.
I can. Hi, y'all. I'm turning this camera off.
He's on medication.